Hello, Internet, and welcome to Red Jenny. We're back, baby, or I'm back, finally. Uh,
Yay.
Back in the driver's seat, and I have full control, and I'm back to traumatize everyone. Y'all thought you were safe. Hi, everyone. We're here to play some more Dragon Age. If you have no idea what I'm referencing, it's because Sita over the last few sessions has been running a one shot for the crew. I tease. I knew fully that was going to take more than one, and did a little origin story for our characters. It's kind of like a mid-series break from the trauma that I've put everyone through and the emotional turmoil that all of our characters have sustained. Everyone got a bit of a break, but we are jumping back into our story here today, which I will recap here in a moment. But first, we're going to talk about what's going on the channel this week. If you are watching us live, welcome. Thank you for being here. We will next be live this Monday. I guess it would be Saturday, right? Yeah, because nothing else going on this week other than our Saturday doubleheader of Strixhaven in the mornings. Except, oh wait,
We don't have Strixhaven this
we're
week.
not doing Strixhaven this week. Okay, then we're back on Hearts of Stone.
We were gonna do
On
something, but we haven't
Yeah,
talked about it.
have not. So check out in the mornings. We might be live doing something else this coming Saturday, taking a break from Strixhaven since we're missing some folks. But I think we'll be back with Hearts of Stone. I believe we talked about scheduling. People are missing, but I think we're gonna carry on. Yeah. So that is our lineup. If you want to know about all the shows we do here on this channel, scroll down below our faces. If again you're watching us live, and you can see all of the lovely shows, our full lineup of everything that we do here, the games that we play, when we play them. Come on and hang out with us during all of those because they are all a ton of fun. I'm going to go ahead and stop talking here and let my lovely players introduce themselves, talk about who they are, what they do on and off this channel, and who they are playing tonight. Starting, I believe, with Van. Yeah.
Me. Hi, I'm Van. You can find me on the internet at Van But Wilder, pretty much wherever you can find people on the internet. Mostly I'm hanging out in the Discord and streaming over on twitch.tv/hackrecklessly on most Sunday nights, and then here several times a week, including normally running Dungeons and Dragons on Saturday mornings. But we're missing literally the entire cast except for Val this week, and it seemed unfair to make them play D&D by themselves.
I would totally do it, but
Maybe we'll do something silly Saturday morning.
It's
We'll
just
see.
an episode of Law trying their best to navigate them all.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's what I do. But tonight I am playing Venehn, who is an elven marksman, and given the choice between the two, he prefers Resident Evil over Silent Hill.
Why do you do this to me?
Ooh,
Hey, I'm
Just make a
Christina
gut.
Sid.
Just make a gut call.
Cool. I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the internet at Greek Sid. I'm here Mondays, hello, and on Saturdays. Tonight I am playing Yasmera. She is our Kunari Shadow. And having never played either game, but having watched a considerable amount of both series, I'm gonna go ahead and say, I think strictly for the spookiness factor, as opposed to the body horror, she'll go with Silent Hill. Yeah, that seems appropriate.
Okay, that makes sense. What's up, y'all? It's me, Wally, favorite non-binary, my best friend on the internet. You can find me on the social medias, WALLE132, just like the cute little Disney robot. Yeah, keep following me up because I got stuff in the works that I'm excited that's gonna be happening to me. So follow me on social medias for those cool updates. You can find me here Mondays and Saturdays playing games with all these wonderful people. But today I am playing Garas, our Elven Grey Warden duelist, who, if he had the choice between the two, he would say neither and say Devil May Cry. And his argument being is because Hideki Kamiya was the original creator of Resident Evil, turned and started working on Devil May Cry, and that's his logic behind it.
That's a vote for Resident Evil. Continue.
Yep, that's a vote for Resident Evil. Yeah.
Hi, Internet, and hi, Mom. It's me, it's the Sita. You can find me at most places on the. Nah, you can't. You just can't. You should follow Wally's social media. It sounds a lot more entertaining. But I guess if you want to try to track me down, you can find me at Mr. Wilt on most places. That's MR_WYLDT or John.Sita at Instagram. But really, you can just find me every Monday playing this game and lurking around in the chat on Saturday, or just find me in the Discord. But tonight I'm playing one Zygmunt Anharad, the Dwarven Grey Warden Guardian, and Ziggy definitely just plays Stardew Valley. He doesn't like combat games; they're too violent for him.
Yeah, big
This
update
is
just
his
came
blood
out.
pressure up. Gets his blood pressure up. He doesn't like those
Yeah,
big
he doesn't need that.
You guys haven't been in the fucking skull caverns in Stardew Valley.
I have not gotten there yet. Thank you.
It's quite a ways. I was in the fucking volcano dungeon earlier today.
Actually, you know,
so...
he plays Graveyard Keeper. Have you guys played that
Yes,
one?
I
Yes.
love that
Yeah.
game, Sita.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, hi, Sia's mom. I took no responsibility for what your son does on Wednesdays, just in case you happen to catch that. Hi, I'm Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Ground, lurking around the internet. I am here several days a week running games. In this one, I run Hearts of Stone on Saturdays. We play Blaze in the Dark. And I also, every other Wednesday, run Star Wars 5e for Neon Soul Season 4. I prefer much like I prefer Resident Evil because much like Resident Evil, I end every game with a rocket launcher. Are y'all ready to get started? Alrighty. Well, previously on Red Jenny, I should have written a fucking recap for this one because, boy howdy, we might need it. But I'm gonna do my best. The crew of the Red Jenny, saviors and wanted criminals, saviors of Valrio and Thetis, but also one of the most notorious criminal organizations this side of the continent. I've been getting up to a lot of shit. Last we left off, your crew was in the middle of saving the life of the divine Rosamund as part of fulfilling a number of prophecies given to you by the Witch of the Wilds, Flemeth. You had thwarted the plans of the Ben Hassaroth, namely Yasmera's mother, and saved the divine, but at a pretty heavy cost, having lost your companion of some time, one Carter, who became an abomination in the process. Traumatized by the events, but moving onwards, you were introduced to a new companion, Ziggy, a Grey Warden a warrior, soldier, who had shown up in the nick of time to help you end this plot. You also discovered that these machinations, this attempted assassination, seem to have something to do with the Disciples of Silence, a group of former Grey Wardens seeking for some reason to propel the Blight forward and undermining the integrity of Thetan society. You stopped the plot or the attempted draining of like memories or information from the divine by Brila, the sort of bard spy of this group, and learned that the disciples seem to be targeting some sort of ritual arcane knowledge that the divine held that was given to her by her predecessor. With all of that in mind, sort of heading back to the Red Jenny, to mourn the loss of your companion Carter and plan your next steps. A few weeks later, you received an invitation via courier, an invitation to a tournament to be held at the Sweet Song Brandy Parlor right here in Valrio. A night of Wicked Grace, a poker style game popular amongst the Orlesian nobility and even the working class. That the tournament would be held at the parlor in a few days' time, and that it was to be hosted by one Marquis Regis Valmont. And I think that's exactly where we left off last time.
Yep.
All right. So we're just going to start right there. Again, this is a few weeks, maybe almost a month after the events of at the Chantry and the saving of the Divine Rosamond. Garas, you have just been handed this invitation by this courier, and reading over this calligraphy, his beautiful script on golden font on vellum, you see the name Marquis Valmont, his signature at the bottom of the invitation.
First thing Garrus does is just memorize his signature to like memory, because you never know when he may need to forge a signature under his name. So that's the first thing he does. And then he remembers that Yasmera is way better at this than him, so he goes to find Yasmera. But he just walks right in, and like I think it's because it's like early in the day and like everyone is probably like just milling about the place. As soon as he walks in, he just goes, "Team meeting! We have a team meeting, guys! Come on, team meeting!" I have a letter that's going to cause a team meeting, guys. This is big. This is big news.
Do you get to call team meetings?
When the letter has the name of my person that I'm seeking entirely vengeance upon, yes, I get to call the team meeting.
You gotta just stop saying that out loud all the time.
If I
Okay,
don't,
you're saying the quiet part out loud.
Garas doesn't have a quiet part.
I won't have. We know this about me. But, and he puts the letter down in front of like Yasmir and slides it over. Take a look at this.
Let me see.
Yaz gets the tiniest of smug smiles on her face and then hands it over so Venn can see. A Wicked Grace tournament.
Mhm.
I love Wicked Grace.
I know, isn't Wicked Grace the best? And guys, we could totally use this to our advantage. Oh, Ziggy, where are you? You need to hear this too. Where is Ziggy at?
Probably sleeping.
This is like not long after the ceremony though, right? Actually, yeah, no, we were all like drinking and shit. I think Ziggy's still like in the common room, but has fully dozed off.
This is a while after the ceremony, because the ceremony happened. And
Oh
then
no,
we
that's
cut
right. I rewatched
before
this the other day. You said it was like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, 2 weeks. I think I'm extending that a bit more to retconning that, say about 3 or 4 weeks actually.
And we need to all be okay with each other.
Yeah. I figured like let's give it a little more room to breathe in between. I mean, it feels like it's been months, but yeah, we'll go with about 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay. Well then, yeah, Ziggy's probably just like in his room or whatever.
Ziggy!
Ziggy, you have to come down here. We're having a team meeting, and you're part of the team.
Broomstick on the ceiling.
That's a good question. So has Ziggy just like full? Because again, similar to other kind of like interludes between, we're not doing a full interlude here. We'll save that for after this arc. But for as far as things go, has Ziggy just kind of fully integrated with the gang here, assuming that they're
he owes me.
I made some assumptions. Because Ziggy came to Val Rayo to find those accounts on Reyes. And I'm going to assume, and correct me if I'm wrong, that Ziggy would have like followed up on that, and they're gone.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You find that Reyes's accounts have been fully cleaned out at this point. Either
Yeah.
transfer. I mean, again, the banks of Valrio are they're not required to, or nor do they want to give out any personal information or anything on their
They're the
on their clients. But
Switzerland of Thetis.
it's
we go.
kind of like that, yeah. But even with like able to use your resources here to kind of grease the right palms, even find out the little bit that you can, it seems that a while back now, probably 6 months to a year ago, all of his accounts were transferred.
So I think with that in mind, like he's injured. He owes something to these Red Jenny people. All his trails have gone cold except for them. Like the crew of the Red Jenny is probably the easiest way for him to get to the Disciples of Silence. So he's just going to stick with them.
I mean, they seem to keep bumping into them, so.
Team meeting.
So I think Ziggy comes down. He's out of his armor. He's in some like real simple like breeches and shirt, and he's fashioned a leg brace. And he comes down with a screwdriver and just like plonks himself down in a chair and starts tightening at the brace on his leg. What's up?
Do you like Wicked Grace?
What?
Do you like Wicked Grace?
Card game. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. You know what? I think that answers the question.
No, the metaphor.
I don't know with you. Sure. Yeah.
Oh
What's
yes,
up?
me known for my
Grace?
rolling metaphors. Do you like
Surprised
it?
you
There's a
put my mouse
tournament. Do you
to
want to go with us?
Tournament? What, like tonight? I
When
don't
is it?
really have.
When is the tournament? When is this tournament?
Garrus, you have the invitation. When is it?
I think I was gonna give y'all. We're gonna say. It's like this coming weekend. So you probably have like 4 or 5 days.
Okay. It's happening this weekend, so we got about 4 to 5 days to prepare for this.
Prepare for it. What is? Okay, hang on. There's more to this than just a card game, isn't there?
Yeah, we're going to show up and play cards and win a lot of money.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to show up and play cards and win a lot of money.
And Garrus is not going to kill anyone, especially not in his own house.
I'm not going to kill anyone, especially not in their own house.
It's not
Outside-
his house, it's a gambling brandy.
I just figured he probably owned it.
Yeah.
He probably does. You know.
Most
He-
likely.
Who's he?
Oh, okay. So there's this guy named Valmont. So basically, long story short, he's the reason why my life kind of sucks.
Your life does not suck.
Well, it was pretty. It doesn't suck. It's just it was one way and then now it's this. So to put it best is that my papa, he was a very famous duelist, and he got involved with Valmont, and he screwed him over, and I stepped in to be my papa's replacement duelist, and well, he once again cheated and screwed me over, so we couldn't get back anything we wagered for this duel, and we are now living in squalor. But I'm doing my best to give my papa money from everything we do in our business.
We're not living
I'm
in
in.
squalor, and your dad's house is actually kind of nice.
Oh, it is a fantastic house, but you should have seen it before. Oh boy, it was just a museum of past-
Anyway, we're going to screw him out of 100,000 silver, and you're going to participate.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yay! That was easy.
Yeah, we
Shit
give
at
any
cards
time to-
though.
Oh, well, you're not going to play.
Oh no, you're not going to play the cards. Oh
Yes,
no.
going to play.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yaz looks a little surprised. I honestly thought I might have to negotiate that, but yes, of course, I'm playing.
Oh yeah, no, you're going to play.
Oh no, yeah. That was like as soon as I saw this, like, oh no, Yasmera is going to be playing this tournament.
I would never play
So
cards against you.
are we going for emotional support or? You said you're
Yaz,
going to screw him
Yaz
out
looks
of
a
the
little
money,
put
right?
out that she was gonna try to play this off as being like a huge Wicked Grace shark, and no, everyone just assumed the
Oh.
obvious.
You're making a face. Sorry, did you want to say something?
No, the moment's passed. Go ahead, Ziggy.
Are you sure?
Because you making the face, when you're disappointed about something, this face.
I get to play. It's fine. Ziggy, what were you saying?
So what are we thinking? Are we going underhanded, or are we just gonna cheer our friend on?
No, we're going to assure she wins.
By any means necessary.
Well,
And this Velmont character is a real piece of shit, right?
Oh, he's a total piece of shit.
yeah, he's like
Completely.
hyper rich, and he like, oh my god, when you see him, you'll be in the room with him for like 2
Yeah.
minutes, and then be like, holy fuck, I want to kill this guy.
Yeah,
He's-
he has a smackable face, and he's that type of person that is always up to something. Like you look at them, and you're like, you're up to something, and
He
I don't
has
like what
First
you're up to.
night we met him, he spent it trying to blackmail a woman into marrying him. So
He has a
that should
smackable
pretty much
face
sum
when
it up.
he's wearing a mask.
Mhm.
All right, well, I'm in.
Great.
We're not gonna start a fight with a nobleman in the middle of Valrio, right?
Not this time, but
No.
no.
They will
All
have
right.
to. If they start it, though, all bets are off.
Oh yeah, if,
Oh, yeah.
they fuck around, find out.
We don't start the fights, but we will finish them.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm gonna choose to believe that. Yeah. Let's plan this out.
Excellent.
Okay,
Easy.
It's
I
a-
love it when they all want to do the same thing.
I know it's so great. It's like we really haven't missed a step or anything.
It's like we've
Okay.
been looking forward to this for like months, but it just happened today. That's
I
crazy.
know, right? It was like we're low on our groove. We need to do something back in our groove, and then boom, this happens. I love it.
Crazy. Yes, what are you going to wear?
Looks down at her like business casual.
No.
No. Yasmera,
Is there
There
a
are
dress
two-
code on the invitation?
no, there is not just fancy stuff. So I'm
Black
saying
tie,
we got
white
them.
tie.
It's just fancy clothes.
Okay, black. We'll go black tie.
Yeah.
I am a respected business person within this city.
Look, you
And
can
you're
be a
going
respect.
to play Wicked
Yeah.
Grace.
And you can be a respected business person in the city, but you can still show off them gams.
You don't have to if you don't want to, but
Oh yeah.
My gams will be under the table for the most part if
Well,
we're
it's going to
sitting for
be-
cards.
You're not gonna be sitting the entire time, but
half of the intimidation bit is the entrance into the room.
yeah.
So my legs are intimidating.
Well, everything about you
Extremely.
is incredibly intimidating.
Looks down at her very long legs in trousers. All right.
Oh, well, you could wear a suit if you want to. It's just got
yeah.
this. We can't do business casual.
No,
with
you have
this
to
guy. You
radiate
got to go black
power
tie.
and confidence. Power and confidence. You going in there. You
I
got
also
to
think
be.
we should get their hair done just for fun.
Oh yes, we should definitely do the maybe. How do you feel about maybe some scarlet nail polish this time around? Because I know you like to go with a little like soft gray colors for your nail polish, but maybe do some scarlet this time.
Especially if you're going to be wearing black, you could do black with sort of like the red pops of color.
Oh yes. What is that? Remember that shade you bought last week that we were using? Do you still have any more of that?
Probably.
Okay, we're gonna use that one.
It's called
I'm
like
going
lipstick
regret this.
something. No, it's going to be fun. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm going to regret this, but I give you leave to dress me for this event.
Well, that was a choice.
And it's just
Garrison, then start vibrating.
Ziggy goes behind the
Obviously.
counter and pours a double shot of whiskey and just hands it to Yaz.
I'm on clothes, you're on hair and makeup.
Thank you.
You always do hair and makeup.
No, you do hair and makeup this time.
Okay.
I'll be on clothes, you be on hair and makeup.
Okay, fine.
You're better eyeliner than me.
He looks at Yasmin like reaches his hand up, pulls the pin out of her hair, scuffs it up,
Takes her glasses off.
takes the glasses off.
Perfect, done.
That's
This
it.
will be my canvas.
Ziggy, another, please.
What's your guys' favorite color? Black?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just felt like I should confirm
Black.
in case she
Yes.
was gonna say like dark burgundy like the blood of my enemies. You know
Blood
how
orange.
Yaz talks like this.
Yeah.
I love blood orange on all my outfits.
So, assuming that you are picking out outfits, preparing yourselves, I know we talked a bit before stream. The rest of you also getting your disguises and your outfits together for this. You know, the Sweet Song Brandy Parlor is like the top tier, like social venue for the elites of Valrio. It's a very popular establishment. And with this invitation and everything else and context, y'all can assume that, yeah, dressing nice is definitely the way to go.
Don't worry, I'm handling it.
Yeah. I'll also, for those outside of the game, and for assuming Ziggy is probably doing some research in on Wicked Grace to try to understand how this game works. I'm assuming like maybe y'all even play a couple hands at the Red Jenny just as like practice in the days leading up
sure.
to the event. So Wicked Grace is a lot like poker. But with a few key differences. So similar to poker, you're trying to match suits and like you're trying to match suits of the cards to get different hands. There are certain values to each of the cards, and highest hand wins the pot. Like very basics. It's the same kind of thing. The cards themselves are a bit different than poker cards, though. They're based on like positive and negative states, or upon like virtues and vices. Thus the name, like Wicked Grace. The main difference with Wicked Grace is there's no dealer. Everyone, you are drawing cards from the pile on the table, and the game emphasizes cleverness and just blatant cheating. It's not meant to be played fairly. If you play fairly, you're likely going to lose. So it's the methods through which somebody cheats vary depending from person to person and their play styles, but there's a lot of tactics that go into that. Reading tells from the players across from you, and knowing the tactics by which they may cheat. The other main difference from poker is that there is like an end state to the game. Rather than, it's same thing, people can fold and you can, win the hand based on like when the betting has ended. But the other thing is the deck includes a card called the Angel of Death. When you draw that card, you're supposed to reveal it, and that ends the match, and the person with the highest hand at that point wins. So it's kind of like 5-card draw with like, what's the word, the thing I'm looking for here? It's not Old Maid. There's another card game where it's kind of like that. Where
Crazy Eights.
Yeah. It's Crazy Eights. I think so. Yeah.
I really know how to play like one card game. We were just talking about this yesterday.
So, but like I said, lots of cheating. People that draw multiple cards at a time and try to palm them. People that will draw the Angel of Death and then hold it in their hand and try not to reveal it until they have a strong enough hand. Things like that happen. So you all being criminals and being familiar with this game, it's kind of right up your alley. For the purposes of playing this, because obviously we're translating a card game into a dice game, I've made up a whole system for playing Wicked Grace, has become my MO for every arc in this game. I've invented an entire new rule mechanic to go along with it. The players have that available in the handout section. I figure rather than getting into the fiction of it and then interrupting us with a bunch of rules talk, I'm just going to go ahead and go over it now so y'all can understand and maybe plan accordingly for it. Does that sound good? Okay. So I put the basics in there. Again, there's like a paragraph or two of text for y'all. but I obviously I translated. Wicked Grace doesn't have defined rules out there, so I just kind of had to like make up some stuff and like draw some inferences from the wiki and things like that. Y'all will have a 10,000 silver buy-in for this tournament. You and the pot to go home with, should you win, is 100,000 silver. The tournament will be played over multiple games, each consisting of 4 rounds. So tournament, multiple games during the tournament, 4 rounds per game. Each round consists of a test or tests that a player participating in the tournament will roll. And I'm going to go over the instructions for those. There are target numbers for each of these tests that you'll have to hit. The target number is determined by the NPCs that are currently sitting at the table. I have a list of NPCs that are going to be participating in this tournament, who you'll be introduced to shortly. And the lowest target number, each of them have like a different target number. It scales from 16 to 23. And the lowest target number at the table is the one that you're trying to beat. As people get eliminated from the tournament, that target number then goes up. Over the course of the tournament, instead of having, because there isn't really a good way, and I found it to be too crunchy when I was writing these rules, to really be like actually betting silver and trying to track how much silver everyone at the table had. That was too much. I simplified everything to a abstraction called fortune. So once you do your buy-in for the tournament, you get 3 fortune, and that is your method of like determining how well you're doing in the tournament from that point forth. Sort of a measure of how much silver you've earned. You begin the tournament with 3 fortune, representing your buy-in, and you will earn and lose fortune as a result of the tests. Your goal is to gain fortune to succeed in the test during the last round of each game, and eliminate NPCs from the tournament. Once all NPCs have been eliminated, you win. So I'm just going to go kind of round by round and give kind of a basic overview of how the game is going to function. So round 1, you automatically have to ante up. You're going to lose fortune equal to the current ante. That is also going to scale up as the game goes on. And then you can take 1 action. Each of the rounds kind of functions the same way, where you get to take like 1 action per round. There's a couple of exceptions, but I'll get to those. So you lose fortune during round 1 opening. Lose fortune equal to the current ante, and take one of the following actions. You can either read or you can calculate. Read is essentially reading the other players at the table, in which case if you succeed on the test, you get a bonus to your bluff, and we'll get to that in a bit. If you fail, you get a penalty to your bluff. You can calculate as well, which you get to make a cunning evaluation test. On a success, you get an advantage on your next draw test during round 2. If you fail, you get a penalty on your next draw test. It's kind of how all of these are going to function. You succeed on them, you get a positive. You fail on them, you get a penalty. Once you've done one of those 2, we move on to round 2, which is play. Then you take one of 3 actions. Either you draw. When you draw, you immediately gain 1 fortune. So essentially the narrative of this is you're drawing a card to build up your hand. And then you roll a d6. If the result of the die is a 2 or higher, then you get to either draw again and gain another fortune and then roll a die again, or go ahead and say that's enough and move to round 3. You can do that up to 5 times, potentially getting up to 5 fortune based on drawing. If you roll a 1 at any point, that game immediately ends. We go to the Angel of Death roll. Essentially, you've drawn the Angel of Death, the round automatically ends, and we go ahead and resolve whether you've succeeded or failed. So drawing is the kind of safest option, but it also has the lowest payoff because you're just because each time you're drawing, there's a risk that the game just might end immediately. Alternatively, you can cheat. If you cheat, you can either make a dexterity, legerdemain, or a communication deception test. Just depends on how you want to flavor it. If you succeed, you gain fortune equal to the result on the dragon die. And then you move on to round 3. So it's kind of an all-in-one shot with potentially a bigger payoff. If you fail that test, then the game will automatically end. You go to round 4, and there's a specific resolution for being caught cheating that has the highest penalty out of all of the options. So cheat is big reward, big cost if you fail. The third option is to pass. For whatever reason, you don't want to do either of those. You just immediately move to round 3. No payoff, no risk. Once you've gotten through round 2 of play, then we move on to round 3, which is the betting portion of the game. Here's when things can like kind of repeat and where you get to really decide how you want things to go. So your 3 options here are to either bluff, raise, or check. Check is a lot like pass, where you just can decide, I just want to go to round 4. I'm not going to fuck with anything else here. Either you've got enough fortune, you feel pretty confident that you're going to be able to succeed in the game, succeed on this hand, or whatever reason it might be. If you raise, then you make a bargaining test. If you succeed, you lose fortune equal to half the result on the dragon die, but you get to go back to round 2 and potentially either draw or cheat again to try to build up more fortune. So you essentially sacrifice a little bit to potentially get some better payoffs to try to generate more fortune. If you fail that, you lose fortune equal to the dragon die, and we move to round 4. Bluffing is a test that you can make to increase your chances of raising. You make a communication dissection test. If you succeed, you get a +2 bonus to your raise. On a fail, you get a -2 bonus to your raise, and then you immediately get to make a raise check, a raise test. So again, that has a pro and con depending on how well you do, but it could potentially help you to succeed in making a raise test. So from that point, you can either go back to round 2 and potentially cycle through that, taking the risk that you could fuck up on a roll and end up losing a lot more, or you can kind of press your luck, or at any point you can move on to round 4. And round 4 is the end game. It's the last check you'll make for this hand. Hopefully you've built up enough fortune at this point to succeed on it, because there are 3 options here. The first one, if you were caught cheating. If you're caught cheating, if you fail on your cheat roll, you roll 2d6, lose fortune equal to the highest result on that roll. And then at that point, the game, or that hand ends. You've lost fortune from that hand, and then the lowest target number NPC at the table is eliminated. However, if the game ends for any other reason, then you have the Angel of Death test. This is where all the fortune pays off from, because if you've accumulated enough, you make a pure fortune roll, which is just 3d6 plus however many fortune you have. If you succeed, you gain fortune equal to the result on the dragon die, your payoff for winning the hand, and we proceed to the break portion of the game. If you fail, you lose fortune equal to the result of the dragon die, and we go to break. Either way, the lowest 3 target number, the lowest 3 ranked players at the table are eliminated. So that means the difficulty is going to bump up by 3 at that point. The last one we have here for the end game is the head-to-head. This is only going to come up during the last game. So a couple of these rules will reference like going to head-to-head instead. That's just when there's one other player at the table, the highest ranked player. When we get to that, if you make it to that point, then we just do one last fortune roll. If you succeed, you win the tournament. If you fail, you lose the tournament. So it is a pure luck roll that is just based on how much fortune you've been able to accumulate at that point. So the whole name of the game is just getting as much fortune as you can before you get to that last roll. And then between the rounds, once we hit the end game, then we go to the break. This is when everybody else can get involved in what's going on. We're going to try to do this stuff during the poker game pretty quick and try not to be too narrative with it and just make rolls, so that way we don't spend like a ton of time doing it. But people can also, there are ways that y'all can like chip in and stuff too during those rolls. And that comes from the break. So at the start of the break, if your fortune is 0, then you have the option to either retire from the tournament or buy back in. If you have more than 1 fortune, then you're good to go and you'll move on to the next game. Buying back in costs 5,000 silver, and you get another 3 fortune to start the next hand with. But during the break, much like we did during the Minrathus Magic Tournament, the duels, other players who are not currently playing will be able to make tests. It's very broad here. You can do whatever you really want, interacting with other NPCs. It's still based on the same target number. And if you succeed, then you gain like a bonus essentially equal to half the result on the dragon die, and you can expend that during any roll that the other player is making to give them a bonus. So y'all can kind of help out there. I think that covers pretty much everything. Do y'all have any questions on any of that and how it works?
I have a question.
Sure, go for it.
In the between games part, your language is if at the start of your break fortune is 0 or less. Does that mean you don't stop losing fortune at 0 and continue?
No, you go
the
to negatives.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you go into negatives during the match, then essentially you'll roll 3d6 and subtract that from your final roll. So, yeah, you can definitely go into the negatives. It doesn't mean you owe money. It just means that you can really fuck up.
It changes the modifier.
Yeah, but if that happens and that's where you end at, because you could potentially go below 0 during a hand and then be able to get back up before the round ends, depending on how the rolls go.
Okay.
So, and then there are stunts. I have a list of stunts as well. I'm not going to go over all of these, but there are when you are playing, the person playing will be able to expend stunt points to utilize these stunts to potentially gain bonuses. There are also some stunts that can give you fortune too, to help kind of speed that up.
And are those just for Yaz playing? I'm just now getting to those stunts.
Yes.
They only
Those are just
yeah.
Those are only for the person playing.
Cool.
When you're doing your checks during the break, the bonus you're able to give is the result of your test.
Are we able to use role-playing stunts?
You can use them, it won't affect the game, but if you want to use them for other things, because I assume y'all might have other motives during the tournament, you can use those stunts for other things, but they won't impact the game. Any other questions? Yeah, and like I said, so there will be, I can at least tell you this much, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 8 players that'll be in the game besides Yasmera, and they're assigned target numbers from 16 to 23.
Do we do any? Is there a player list with this invitation? Is that something we could ask? Any way to look into who else might be playing this beforehand?
There's no list that came with it, but if you want to try to do some snooping leading up to it, you potentially could. What I will tell you is the way I will rectify if one person, or the way I'll adjudicate it is if one person wants to make a test to try to do some information gathering beforehand, I will determine how many people you're able to discover based on their target numbers here. So that 16 to 23. So if you get a 19, then you'll get to know the people that are going to be in the tournament who are ranked 19 and lower. I'll give you one for free. Marquis Valmont's going to be there.
So a total
if
of
somebody
9
else
players,
wants to do that.
8 and our player, correct?
Yes.
So 9
8
total.
and your player.
Okay.
8 NPCs. Carter, Cedar, would you ask?
I was just going to say, if anybody else wants to look into who else is playing, because Ziggy is no good at that. Also, I'm going to go grab a coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Would this be research, cultural, or?
That's a good. I wouldn't say. I don't know how you could research it.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like in the history of Wicked Grace. These
are the people that have played before. No.
The oracles of ages have told us these will be the people playing Wicked Grace at the Sweet Song Brandy Parlor in the year of our Lord. So not that, but I need to get to the ability focuses. Could potentially do a communication investigation. You could do a that might be the best one.
Okay.
Communication investigation is interviewing people for information and finding and deciphering clues.
Oh, got it.
So probably the person with the highest communication.
That would probably be me. I think.
You were Van, yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's
Because
a
my communication is.
Mine's a 4.
My communication's a 5.
Okay. So probably
And my
Garrus.
persuasion is 2, and deception is 3. So
You also get a bonus with interact with nobility, right? Or is
Yeah.
that specific to a specific type of test?
it's when I want to persuade or deceive nobility, I get.
You're not doing
okay.
that though.
So not
I'm
doing
not
that.
right now,
Okay.
no.
So we'll just do so just be roll plus your communication.
Okay. Ooh. 19.
Oh, 19. Okay. All right. Oh man. Okay. So that's going to give you obviously you know the marquis is going to be there, but he's not on the bottom 4. I will just tell you that outright.
Okay.
So you get to know kind of the bottom 4 players, and these are the ones that probably are a little less like hush hush, like a little less like the big wigs or the shady people coming in.
They want you to know they're playing because it gives them clout.
Yeah. You go to the Sweet Song Brandy parlor and kind of rub elbows with some people there, flirt with the staff, whatever you need to do, and try to get some information from the proprietors of the establishment, or the staff of the establishment, to know like who they're preparing for and stuff, because they probably have a list and know like some of the people that are there. And you do find out like they haven't been given all the names, but this server there, this like maitre d', is that the right word? I pull the right one.
Yeah,
at the brandy parlor, drops a few names. One of them is Loredana Badur. She is the owner of the Silver Curtain, one of the most well-established brothels in the city. Is not nobility, but is very wealthy. Obviously for what she owns. There's Lady Beatrice Lamare, who is an aristocrat and the owner of the Lamare shipping company. There's a name and then a couple names you recognize. Dakin Galno. I don't know if y'all remember that name or not.
Was Dakin a dwarf?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
one of the Carta dwarves.
Yeah, one of the
He
Carta
was
dwarves.
he was the Carta leader that
Good
came to
for
y'all and gave you that
him.
job.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it, my man.
Garrus even says that. Garrus looks, he's like, good for him. Good for him.
Hell yeah, dude.
Good for you.
I like him.
Obviously, you know him. You've had some dealings. And then the last one is Duke Fontaine.
Your buddy, Garrus, your buddy, your best friend.
Cousin of the Empress and best friends with Duke Venehn.
Garrus
Oh,
looks
the
at
drunk.
this, and a
Yeah,
big
they're best
Oh,
friends.
man.
smile grows in his face. Is like,
Duke
Oh, this is
Fontaine,
gonna
because
be
he's a fountain
great.
of booze, remember?
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is going to be fantastic.
We love him.
Oh
we
my
love that man. in
God.
He's
this
gonna
house.
be so easy to kick out.
Yeah.
Yep. Just get him drunk. Get
Just
him drunk
him
again.
drunk. We're just gonna get him drunk.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, we should bring Red Jenny wine to the tournament.
I mean,
Bring like
yeah.
a small cask or
Oh,
something.
no, we have to. We gotta
Yeah,
always,
as a
ABC
gift.
always be selling.
Yeah.
Right, ABC always be selling.
That's
I
how you
mean-
spell that.
Ooh, this
That
is a
makes
little
sense.
sneaky. What if we, Yasmera, could you?
It's called cells
You
at work
should
for a reason.
spike. We should bring 2 casts, and you should spike one of them with the hallucination poison. I'm not kidding.
Oh,
Actually,
no.
that's a really good idea.
I
I think we should do that.
Do we want to spike our own? Because then they're going to be able to like figure out where it originated from, and then they'll blame us. But we absolutely could spike some booze.
Oh,
We
yeah.
should
Okay,
spike the punch bowl.
Oh yeah.
That would definitely be somebody that a good action for somebody to take on a break to give it advantage.
Oh,
Yep,
hell
yep,
yeah.
yep.
That's
Give us
awesome.
some
Okay.
poison, my lady.
I
it.
have one more vial of the death
Yes.
root, so
And I mean, you obviously were making poisons in your spray.
I mean, I could do some more poison rolls if we want
Yeah.
to, but yeah, I have one left over of death root, so
Yeah, that's a good question. Before we get into anything, obviously you have this information now. Before we get into anything, is there any other prep that anybody wants to do?
We said we wanted to prep for Yasmera's, or not prep Yasmera's outfit. Ziggy's outfit. I think we said we were gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
I can just take that to a blacksmith and.
We know
Yeah,
a guy.
that-
He doesn't
We know
like
a guy.
us very much, but
He
he
doesn't.
does
Yeah, he
work for us.
doesn't. No, he
But he
doesn't
does
like
work for us.
me very much.
that
the-
is true.
That's true.
Uh,
He does good work though.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
What's his
you
name?
can.
Start with an-
Fuck me if I remember that name.
start with an R, maybe.
Or something with an R. Yeah,
I don't have him on my list of NPCs. I would have
Rudiger.
to dig back. in the
Ralph
notes.
Rudiger.
Ralph Rudiger Rendermain, Wharf of the City.
Rorf of the Riddy.
All right.
You that we don't have to necessarily play out unless you want to, but you can just go and have
to our
that
boy.
done
Yeah.
pretty easily.
I will
will-
introduce Ziggy.
Yeah, I will tell like Ziggy, like, look, there's a guy I know. Just tell them that you did not. I sent you. Just tell them the friends of Red Jenny sent you.
And I don't want to play it all out, but I do think Ziggy would be curious. How long has old Ralph been a surface dwarf?
This fucker's name.
Was he
I'm
a dwarf?
looking.
He was
Yeah.
a dwarf. Yeah.
He was a
He
dwarf.
was
That's
a
why, yeah,
dwarf.
because
I just
the
can't
Garas
remember
specifically
anything
went to
about
because
him.
he knew he would get like the best forgery work on
The only thing I
spear.
remember is him hating Garas
Yeah.
and doing good work.
Yeah, and he was a runesmith as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
I'll introduce him because I do have a piece of work that he did, and I'll be polite.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna roll communications just to see if I can buddy up with this guy a little bit
yeah, go
here.
for it. I will give you I'll give you a +2 circumstance bonus just for being a dwarf.
Dwarf action.
I'm helping.
Uh,
Word of mouth, baby.
It's a 17.
Hey.
Hell yeah, Ziggy.
And you know what? I can actually that the rune of fortune is quasi broken. I can use it once per encounter. So I'm gonna burn it here and make
Yeah,
it 23.
Hell
This is an
yeah.
encounter, so
This counts.
that's crazy.
Well, then we should
Um,
clarify what that means for the tournament. Then is that going to be like
Yeah,
once
yeah.
per
I
Yeah.
assume
game?
probably once for the tournament.
The
but
tournament will be an encounter.
An encounter. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
All right,
yeah.
that tracks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, if every round is a counter,
Every
it's
round's
like, well,
a 6.
That would be absolutely broken if I just let you
Some
do it.
some paladin.
look, basically, what this just means is we have one moment where Ziggy can call the heart of the
Rorik.
cards.
Rorik.
Rorik. I knew it started with an R.
Yeah.
Heron.
That's
Yeah.
what it was.
There he is.
Let me add it to my notion.
I would
had to
like-
go back in my one.
He's
drive
coming back
to-
into focus.
I would like with a 23 to try to buddy this guy up and maybe eventually get him on the Red Jenny employ because I think the winery needs a blacksmith.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you need people to help make the barrels and all that good
We're
stuff.
gonna have to be able to pay him more than he makes from his own work,
Because he makes really
and
good
he
work.
makes masterwork shit.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
He
you
can
would
still
know
do that,
too.
like, and I'm also a master crafter. Like the two of us
Yeah.
together, we're working
That's
out of the Red
true.
Jenny. We could like really pump out some stuff there.
Well, and here's the thing. So he owns his own smith. So you go in, you meet Rorik. What did you roll again? It was like
23 total.
23. Yeah, you go in and it's like within a few like minutes, the two of you are like he's already like popped open like he's handing you his flask and says he's like,
I'll
so what are you
lend
doing
you
up here?
the key to
Mr.
Orzammar. You have a 26.
Yeah.
Bam.
He says,
Get this man on the fucking
So I
payroll.
find myself cast as above the surface, and he like goes on and on about that. I mean, you two are just immediately like, you know,
That's nice.
immediately
Ziggy
like
has
all
a
war
friend.
buddies.
Yeah.
Yay!
But he was the former smith for essentially the former like royal smith for the Templars, and was like disgraced, got like kicked out, and ended up starting his own shop over at the Night Gate. He's not on like the main thoroughfare, doesn't get as much trade as he used to. Like he owns his own shop, so like he's doing pretty well there, but it's kind of just making enough to hit like overhead. So if you go in, you kind of buddy up, and you give him this idea of the two of you working
No
together.
rent.
Yeah, it's just as long as I could keep working out of my my shop here, I don't really want to give up the.
I don't see any
The
reason
place
why
has
not.
got good bones, and he hits a one of the like support beams, and it kind of like creaks a little bit of dust falls down from above you. It's got aged bones.
This isn't
but
Dustball.
don't
You can't
we
say
all?
that.
No, this isn't.
We should help him fix it up.
Yeah. Be pals.
He says, if you
He's
need
never
work
going to
done,
like
you can make barrels easy enough, and you got other things to do like this. I can definitely help you with that. So, sure, why not?
Well, yeah. Well, while we're here, let's get to work on this one. I'll lend you a hand.
It should be easy enough. Yeah, and you two of you start working together on that. Make quick work. I think you guys get it done in an afternoon. Yeah, just get some nice like the armor itself not really being augmented in any way, just adding on this kind of like outer kind of shell plating, just kind of like in a more like you're going for like an Orzammar style, like pure like dwarven like construction, less of that like kind of Orlesian stuff. So a little bit less frills, more like kind of blockier designs with like the two like warrior dwarven heads like near the tops of the breastplate, with big like chunky pauldrons that look like kind of gold plated, and he says, yeah, it'd be fitting a Lord of Orzammar here, so hopefully this serves you well for whatever you're getting up to.
You got a keen eye, Rorik.
All right, well, I gotta get back to making sure this place doesn't fall down around me, but this helps, and the coin helps too, and he kind of like tosses the coin purse that you've handed to him. But yeah, let me know if you have any more work for me.
Absolutely. Beginning of a good friendship, Rorik. Have it easy.
And the two of you leave, or you leave, Venehn, you said you were there too, right?
I was just introducing them. I'm not going to interfere with
Yeah,
whatever
you kind
he's got
of once they
going
get
on.
started, you probably like went off on your
And
own.
then just slowly faded into the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just made the introduction.
Ziggy comes
Ziggy?
out and is like, "Oh shit, you're still here."
Yeah. Think I was just
I
going to
thought-
leave?
I thought, I don't know. What do you think? Is it a good look?
I think it works, yeah.
Good. Let's get back to it. By the way, I may have a new business partner for you.
Excellent work.
So you head back to the Red Jenny. Is there anything else?
I might want to make some writing rolls to do some forgery for some folks' backgrounds. Really do it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely do that. Was that cunning forgery?
Cunning writing or cryptography was for
it's more
encoding things, and then
ciphers.
writing.
Yeah,
was...
cunning writing works.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think there's a specific like forgery skill.
I definitely would have taken it if there was. Not bad, not bad. Okay. I stunted on it. I don't know if that helps, but 20.
20 is very good. Yeah, I don't know. I have to
I
get
don't
my
know.
stunts.
I don't know if exploration stunt is gonna help on this. I can look.
Yeah, probably more of a social stunt.
Social?
Uh,
Okay. Roleplay. Let me see. I got 4. Can I flirt with everyone at the party with people's new coats of arms?
That's the real question to ask.
Can you preemptively flirt?
Preemptively flirt with everyone.
I
Um,
also have a coat of arms. How funny.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh, they
What?
kind of match? Is that fair? Okay.
Here's what I'll do instead.
Okay.
Let's
I don't know if
let's
these really fit.
yeah, let's do this instead because this is more of like in Blaze in the Dark terms, you're more of like acquiring an asset.
Yeah.
If
Taking over.
yeah,
Deeping into our brains.
I've told y'all my biggest regret is not making this Blades in the Dark from the beginning because that would have fit so well for what the kind of shit that y'all have done. But we're here and we're doing it this way. So I will say, who are you making this for?
I figure Garas and Venehn, probably. They said they were gonna be twins anyway, so same
Okay.
coat of arms.
I'll say the 20. You can do both. I'll say with the 20, I'll give you both, but I'm going to give a smaller modifier. Essentially, I'm going to say like this is essentially an asset that they can use once during the evening to get like a bonus to their roll. As long as it's like applicable. If you're like, I'm going to pickpocket this person, I'm going to use my coat of arms to do it. You have to make a real good pitch to me for that.
I throw it in their face so then I'll take it.
And then I run.
Yeah. Pocket crest. You
I'm just seeing the stupid Superman thing from the 70s where he like ripped it off his chest and threw it at everyone.
Yeah.
From large for no reason. Basically.
God.
No.
So what I will say is you're doing one for both of them. I'll give them both a +1 bonus. If you want to just focus up and do one really good one, we'll give one person a +2.
Totally
I'll
up
leave it
to
up
you.
to you two. Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
we're all indecisive.
We both have
Not
a
saying
thing
you.
that makes us good at talking to nobles. So
Yeah.
maybe we
Yeah.
spread it around and just
Yeah, just spread it then.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
All right.
One for each.
Yeah, you
Just
both have a
spread it.
+1, and again, that'll be a single use.
Okay.
thing.
All right.
Yeah, because the more you throw around your titles, the less effective it's going to be.
That's why we throw
Question
money in their faces.
is, in general for the game, is my key to Orzammar gonna give me a pretty much straight up +1 to any communications tests that I do in the game?
No,
No?
no,
Okay.
because I am gonna say no to that one because it's specific related about dwarves.
And
It's a
dwarven culture.
+1, like it's because it says a +1 bonus to anyone who's like aware, like who is a part of or like aware of dwarven culture. But I don't, because I don't want to affect the balance too much. I think I'm justifying this by saying it's not really about that when you're playing poker. Like I
Can
can't see a good
I
reason why you just say that the key around your
Lend
neck
it
is gonna.
to Ziggy then
Yeah, that would definitely help
for the breaks. Okay.
mhm. Yeah, I think that's totally fine, and that works because again, if you're like you're
Schmoozing.
using that, if you have the justification for why your connection to dwarven culture might help you in this role, I will allow it. But
I'm okay with you keeping it, and I think it also helps keep up the disguise a little better.
Okay.
It might be slightly numerically more advantageous to me for me to have it, but I've got my fortune rune. If it comes up as a benefit for you, it's good. If it doesn't, then it's a good reason for me to be your bodyguard.
It's good cover. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll hold on
And
to
remember, this isn't D&D, and attunement's not a thing. So if we need to hand it off at any point if the situation
Yeah.
changes, we can do that too.
yeah, it's not like you're stuck with it during the whole tournament
Cool.
if it's not helping you. But yeah, I'm gonna be pretty stingy with the bonuses for
Makes sense.
the tournament.
That one can affect dragon dies too, so no, that might be a little OP. So no,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Any other prep work, y'all?
What am I wearing?
Okay. Sorry. Should we wait?
I was going to say, if we're going into that, then I will say we'll kind of frame this as the fountains of the plaza cascading in the evening light, stars twinkling overhead with just the slightest bit of cloud cover between them. There's lots of activity in the square outside the brandy parlor as the four of you ascend the short staircase leading to the parlor's kind of grand exterior. And visually, what is everyone wearing?
I
Start with
don't
Yas.
know.
You-
Yes, please.
you-
Well, you
Okay.
should. No, but you can give a better description.
Yes,
Go.
I got outfit approved by Sid
Yes.
because I'm polite. Okay, so Yasmera is wearing a full-length gown. It is essentially what you are looking at is that like it has a lot of coverage for her, but it sort of has the illusion effect that leaves very little to the imagination. So essentially the underneath, like the sheath, is her skin color, and the overlay is this like black lace that is in patterns. It is sort of like lace, like cap sleeves that kind of stop right around here, goes all the way to the floor, completely open back, though. And like a deep V in the front, but again, like still gives her, it just looks like she's showing a lot of skin, but she's covered up. She's covered up where she needs to be. But yeah, black lace with some interspersed, like some of the flowers are like this like deep like wine red color, black heels, red soles, obviously, and gloves because why not?
Excellent. We go and get everybody else's before we continue.
And
with
just
the
big
narration.
aviators because she's gonna wear them
Oh.
indoors.
You
the
could
whole
do
time,
like Kim
so-
Kardashian and wear mirrored
Yeah.
aviators the entire
Well,
time.
yeah,
Like a
and-
hooker.
and-
Yeah, everyone
I-
just sees your
Just make they're
cards.
not reflective.
And the hairstyle that Garas chose for this is like straight up like throwback 1940s femme fatale hairstyle, where it's nice and curly and has bounce to it, but the way he did her makeup, so it's like it looks like this beautiful like porcelain on your face that even despite your kunari like gray skin, it still pops and looks clean, and it looks like the right way the light hits you. You don't just look like kunari gray, but it looks like you're chiseled out of marble the way the light hits you just right. And he even put in like these pieces of jewelry in her horns, like it goes like it lines around the horns itself, and it like kind of drapes along it, kind of like these like long pieces of like
I'm just
thin
seeing
pieces
like
of-
finger waves with horns.
yeah,
which
it's
I
like
love.
that. Yeah, it's like that.
I recommend a like a half mask with colors to make her eyes really pop too.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Mask in red for sure.
Mask in red.
in that red for sure.
yes. And it gave you, and also I asked Venn if Yasmera can have one of those like feather stoles that look like she's been on her 10th divorce.
Yes. She hasn't seen her husband in 50 years.
No, you have not. No, and no one has seen the husband in 50 years.
No one has seen her husband.
and no
in
one
50
asks
years,
about it.
They know better.
because then we won't see them for 50 years.
Mhm.
Exactly.
He
And the
on a
rest of you are
gold
there.
change around her neck.
We really went hot, rich, 20s divorcee,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of loving it.
It's a vibe. Yeah.
I
I'm here
did
for it.
post the
Yeah.
dress in the chat.
And instead of just like
gorgeous.
the like bounciest pearls, so that when your necklace inevitably gets ripped off, they just go scattering across the ground.
Yes.
Oh, that's
I'm
amazing.
just
Oh
seeing.
no, you know what she's got? Have you seen Sid? I'm positive I sent it to you at some point, but that necklace with the rubies that drip down like this. but
Yes,
they're on,
like blood.
they're on invisible
Yes.
wire, so they
Ooh.
look like blood. That's what's
Yeah.
That's what
happening.
we're wearing.
Yep, she has
100%.
that. Yeah.
I've made you into one of my Pinterest boards.
Yes.
I like this.
Yeah.
Everyone's participating.
The Pinterest board is literally just named Divorcee.
Divorcee.
It's great.
Yeah.
And your guys' outfits are fucking killer too.
Okay, yeah, we've got suits.
You guys
Yeah.
are
We got
very
suits.
stylish.
Fit check now.
We've got suits.
Yeah.
Venehn is wearing his favorite color, green. Um, very structured jacket, a little bit longer than a normal suit jacket with like the angular bottom, high collar, pointed shoulders, metallic, sort of like bronzy, um, I don't really know how to describe them, but like accents where like they kind of cover the shoulders and like swirl down in these like swirl patterns. It's very
They're like almost like
naturey.
pauldrons.
Yes, almost
Yeah.
like pauldrons, but it is in the fabric. And then he's got them at the end of the sleeves, and then at the corners of the jacket, and then sort of like the design going down. Vest, tie, again, high collar on the shirt. It's very vampire, sort of high collar out on the jacket. With like a dark vest, pants, shoes, and then a mask in the shape of like a small songbird with kind of like a small like pointed curved beak that on its front looks like it is carved out of wood. Makeup hiding the rest of the tattoos.
With Garas, he's wearing this blue suit that has this very like has a high collar to it that goes all the way up, and it has this really beautiful embroidered blue vest underneath, and over it he has like a very long matching blue coat with black leather gloves and a nice little blue cravat around the neck. And on his face, though, he's wearing a fox mask, but also, which is also really unique this time around, he doesn't have his eye patch on. He's not wearing his eye patch. He has just the mask is covering his face completely. But what he has in replacement of the eye patch, he has like a piece of whatever like the material the mask is there's no eye there. It's
I
just
just only find out that Garrus has had two eyes the entire time.
yeah.
It's
Like,
just
what do
a
you-
pirate thing, so he can
This is
keep
a pirate
his,
thing, yeah.
his night vision.
Yeah, but it's just one. There's only one face hole or one eye hole where his
Yeah.
eye would be. It's just completely blank, and there's an eye hole right on the left side where he can see out of.
Love it. This is y'all have posted the most Final Fantasy looking drip.
The shit is
and-
incredible.
Yeah,
The drip.
Mhm.
the drip.
Oh, and also, he has the daggers. Those daggers that he has that gives him his +2, his boost and everything. It's strapped to his belt like he always has them, and along with his rapier that is gilded and everything because it looks fancy. Why wouldn't he not? Why wouldn't a fancy dude not have a rapier?
Yes, I'm
'Cause he gotta
using
respect it.
I'm using the themed outfit as an opportunity to wear my bow as an ornamental piece.
Mhm.
Can I tuck my
'Cause I am of
crossbow
the
into a
woods.
fur muff? No.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all can have like your, if you can hide your weapons on your person and stuff too. So that's totally fine.
Mine's a longbow, so I figured I might as well do the theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to hide a longbow.
Yes. So I'm
on your-
because it is it's a fancy because I'm using
It is a very
I'm
fancy
using
bow.
the anti longbow of fidelity.
yeah.
And this is the
now,
masterclass
so-
one you made, right? Is that the masterclass one? that
No,
gives you
this is the one I got from Rain.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is the one that can't be taken.
Yeah, the one
from
that
you.
can't be stolen.
Nice.
Yeah, and gives me the same bonuses. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't have my my silverite rune on this one, so hopefully there's no fucking dark spawn at this party. But
Don't worry, I'll send
yeah,
some.
so I've got the longbow and its matching quiver, sort of tied up like very very like ornamental, very like
Gotcha.
pretending
so
it's part of the costume.
3 of you wearing masks, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Leslie is a little bit, but
Yeah, I just posted a picture in the chat, but I think if it wouldn't be too much extra cost when I was working with work is to get Ziggy a helmet because he doesn't normally wear them.
Yeah.
And yeah. So just I used to know what style of helmet that's called, but just in the same sort of style as the armor, the design of the armor that they put on, it's fairly dark neutral colors but with some gold plating, and it's got like a face on it.
Mhm. the big like dwarven beard and
Mhm.
Chat,
yeah.
imagine any of the dwarven helmets from Skyrim just with facial details.
Yeah.
And
you're-
horns.
and horns.
Big
and
horns.
You're there.
Yeah, very cool.
Combine
so
all of the helmets in Skyrim and you kind of get this.
Yeah.
And that weird head from Elden Ring, too.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
like that it has the horns though, because he's hanging with Yaz.
I do
and-
like the horns.
Yeah, I
very
like that.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the like the goat horns.
So the four of you,
Did we forget
heading.
anything?
I think that's.
We're all good,
I
right?
think that's it.
I think that's it, yeah.
And Yaz has our invitation.
Yes. So walking through the summer bazaar, entering through the Avenue of Reflective Thought with these fountains cascading down in the evening light, you pass the Le Masque de Lyon Cafe, where there's a few Orlesians sitting and sipping coffee in the evening and enjoying a pastry, and they're like watching you go past, like a lot of heads turning with this, like, you know, just the drip from all of you. And is that still hip to say? Is that what the kids are still calling
I
it?
heard it
Yeah.
on TikTok yesterday.
Okay, cool.
still counts.
Just
Whether it
just to make sure.
was or wasn't, you ruined it when you said, "Is that?"
Yeah, I
hip
was about to
still
say
That's
it
right.
was
Yeah.
until you asked.
You just killed
That's
it.
why I have to
Oh.
ask.
You have to eat a Tide Pod.
The it's your drip is on fleek.
No, Fleek is
Oh,
gone.
there we
Fleek
go.
is
Up there-
a-
now it's gone out the window.
You
There it is. Yep, there it is.
I
murdered
muted
that one.
myself. Val, you have to eat a Tide Pod now.
Okay.
That's the
Hope you
punishment.
get one on the break. You pass the cafe, heading to the entrance of the Sweet Song Brandy Parlor. You can hear music from within, a little bit of light emanating through the closed maroon curtains out front. It seems the venue has been closed down. Normally, like, the patio would be open. They'd have like tables out here. The windows would be unblocked, and you would hear the music from within, kind of echoing out into the courtyard here. Instead, it's muffled and a bit darker, kind of out front, except for some lanterns dimly lighting the exterior. You can see there's a sign, kind of embroidered golden sign, so it just says "closed for private event." And there are a couple of like staff dressed in very kind of nondescript but well tailored black like tuxedos standing out front as you approach. And assuming Yasmera is kind of taking the lead as the person in charge here.
Unless,
It's
Yeah.
do you want one of us to like introduce you as entourage?
I actually think. Okay, so here's my thought about it. Yaz is the face of the winery, so the expectation that the invitation came to her would make sense. But yeah, I think it might be very interesting for the Red Jenny Winery to maybe show off some of the less well seen members of its business crew. So also air of mystery, you know, she doesn't say much, she stays very quiet as she is wont to do. Also, you all dressed her up like a fucking Barbie doll, so she's a little uncomfortable. So yeah, maybe Venn or Garas could take point, and she just kind of stands to the side, like on her cell phone or something.
One last detail that I just thought of. Does anybody want to bring Mr. Twinkletoes? Or Mr. Tickletoes?
The fucking iguana?
The iguana.
I
I'm
That's fine.
tempted, but no.
Okay.
if we
Then you're
end
That
up,
was a
sitting
thought.
all night. Yeah.
yeah, if we end up like sneaking around or some shit, I don't want to have the iguana be in danger.
I will give a penalty to whoever's carrying the iguana. For that, I would give here's what I'll say. I'll give a bonus to whoever's carried the iguana for one social check during the evening, but you will have a penalty for any stealth.
Yes, you could have the iguana.
I'm good.
I think
I
we should
appreciate it,
leave
though.
the iguana at
Yeah.
home.
We'll
I don't.
leave. We'll
I
leave the
don't
buddy
want
at
to
home.
put him in danger.
I just imagine you're just like creeping in the iguana, just like,
We'll
No.
keep him in his terrarium
Reggie would be
at
so
home.
mad.
Reggie's
at us,
looking.
too.
Well, Reggie would be sad. Reggie's
He
looking
would be
after
mad
him.
at us, yeah.
Yeah, I know it would be very funny, but I don't want to put the iguana in danger. It's all we have left of Carter.
Yeah.
As you approach, the one of these stewards says, "Good evening. Do you have your invitation?"
Without saying anything, Yaz just comes forward and hands it.
What name?
Hey.
What name do you go by? The
Uh,
winery business.
yeah.
Her real name,
I-
which is kind of nuts, but yeah, Yasmera Maras, the
Yasmera
queen
Maras.
merchant of.
Yeah.
Merchant Queen.
Again,
The merchant
Red Jenny?
Yasmira's like
Yeah.
Yasmira's actual or true name is clean, for the purposes
Okay.
of this. So yeah.
So you
Assuming
did,
you-
yeah. You said Venehn or Garas, but I think they do it together.
Well,
I think
do
they
it
have a
together.
little bit.
They have a whole thing that they do. As soon as Yasmira like hands out the invitation, Garas snatches it out of Yasmira's hand, twirls it, and points it at the maitre d'. Now, my friend, don't you know who you're addressing right now?
May we present
The
Lady Yasmera
merch-
Maras
The merchant queen of the vineyards.
and the face of the Red Jenny Winery.
The steward doesn't break their professional
Good, that was a test.
Yeah.
visage, but they
Pass
do.
the test.
But they give a slight nod and they say, "My apologies, but I just merely need to verify your invitation."
Well,
Yeah,
here
it's
it
not.
is.
Yaz's
And
goal
takes
is
the-
to not speak as much
Takes
as
the
possible.
This is
invitation
good
from
for the
you.
persona.
Yeah.
Garrus looks it over, hands it back, and says, "Thank you. You may enter as you wish."
Takes the invitation, stuffs it in his jacket. Let's go, people. With time to make our wonderful entrances. Let's go.
These
And he
people have
walks inside.
definitely clocked you as somebody they're going to spit in their drink at some point
Yeah.
during the evening.
Yeah, you didn't have to be like shitty about it.
Oh no, I didn't have to be. but-
Red Jenny, rude to serving staff.
Yeah.
But what
Top
Garrus
to
does,
bottom.
what Garrus
Last
does do
one-
is
You can give them jobs too when
he
you get
will
on fire.
tip, he will tip them as he's walking past. He gives them a nice, good amount of tip of silver into their hand as he walks by.
Okay.
I
He
may be
takes-
a shitty nepo baby, but I tip very well.
They take it and give a stone faced expression nod as you enter. Some of you may have been to the Sweet Song Brandy Parlor before, if you're looking to burn some money and have a nice drink. The inside of the parlor has been the floor has been vacated of tables. The entire parlor seems to have been transformed for this evening. As I said, the curtains are closed, give you a nice isolated space from the outside. The bar is still staffed with 4 bartenders that are seeing to the you assume nobility or merchant elite that are currently attending here. There's more people than those that are going to be taking place in the tournament. You can see you aren't the only ones that have brought an entourage with you. There's a crowd of maybe about 30 people here currently. High top tables have been set up where some of the very well dressed nobility, most wearing masks, adorned in fine Orlesian fashion, the height of this current season, much to the same as the rest of you, are conversing quietly as a string quartet is playing in the corner. A few casual glances in your direction as you make your entrance, but all in all, you seem to meld into the crowd here very well. I think out of the 4 of you, the one that probably draws the most attention would be Ziggy, just being, he has the clear "I'm from out of town" vibe, but definitely in a good way.
He's working.
I'm new in town.
Work.
Doing
As-
ocular pat downs on everyone.
As there are servers with again, every server here is dressed in like all black currently, and come to offer you drinks of champagne or brandy. You can also go adjourn to the bar to request your a cocktail or whatever you might wish. I know you're also bringing with you. Were you also bringing a cask of the wine as well? Okay.
Yes.
One of the servers comes and over to you, Ziggy, and says, "The host appreciates your gift. Would you mind if I take this from you?" "I will inform the Marquis of your generous donations to tonight's festivities." And
We bring the good shit. As much as she doesn't want to give the good shit to this asshole, he knows his stuff, so it's like our reserve shit.
as they
Master
wander
reserve.
off, your eyes cast over the room, feeling out who is here. And you catch a few familiar faces amongst the crowd. Again, wearing masks, but most people aren't wearing masks to like conceal their identity. It's more of a status symbol, and you can pretty easily make out who is who. Near the bar, almost immediately, you hear, "My good man, please, another drink," as you see Duke Fontaine, clearly already into his
man.
cups. Dressed elegantly in a
Sweetie, you
gold.
have a problem.
My guy.
Yeah, he has a problem, and nobody has confronted him on it. The
He's here for a good time, not a long time.
Not a long time.
you see Duke Fontaine. You can see already like rubbing shoulders and people. There's a small crowd around him as well, having a conversation. I mean, he's a duke. You can make out, kind of like off to the edge of the room, a small group of dwarves that are kind of conversing amongst themselves around a table. One of the few in here that are drinking an ale or a lager rather than
That's our
than a
boy.
wine.
Our guy. That's my
And
guy.
you make, dressed in like Orzammar, like maybe not in full armor like Ziggy, but in kind of that very like similar to kind of like what Venehn, what you were describing. It's like armor plated, like
Nice.
refinery with the illusion of like armor to it, but in that dwarven style. You see Dakin. Make it a
We're
few.
I'll immediately raise a glass, like catch eye contact.
Just say sort of, "Hey,
raise a
bud."
glass. Yeah,
How you
like,
doing, bud?
hey,
Yeah, I
dude.
mean, y'all are kind of. I guess he probably would recognize Yasmera. Well, no, you're all wearing masks. Yeah, probably would recognize the three of you. I mean, he's interacted with you enough. I'm going to say
At
because your
least
disguise
Yasmera.
is
Yeah.
you're trying to disguise yourself so that people here don't know who you are. So I won't immediately say like the Duke Fontaine's not going to immediately recognize you. Anyone who's had like casual interactions with you, so Dakin might not, but might recognize Yasmera just from the time spent at the winery.
Yeah.
But you can go and chat if you wish. You recognize a few others because again, these are some major players here. I think even with the names that you've been given, Lady Lamoret is here. You see Laura
Can I ask? Was it just in passing? I feel like we've heard her name before. like,
That name does sound familiar.
is a name I made up entirely for this. So if
Really?
I've given that
Oh
name.
wow! Because it really
Okay.
sounds like we've
It
encountered
just
Never
her.
mind.
sounds so appropriate
It
for
does.
place.
I don't know.
So-
As soon as you said it, I was like, "Have we like heard of her before?"
I don't
It sounded
think so.
really familiar of a name. I don't
Okay.
know what it was.
That answers my
I'll go
question.
back to minutes. Yeah.
No, you're fine.
But you also see a couple of Lord Donabadur. One name that you weren't aware of that you immediately recognize is Roland Maldonado. Maldonado. Roland Maldonado. I'm trying to like switch between the different dialects for these names. Who's a prominent Ferelden merchant who's been making like recently in the last couple of years has come to Valrio, runs one of the most lucrative smithies in the city.
See, that also
in the
sounds
Summer
familiar
Bazaar.
to me, but I don't know if it's just because I play a fuck ton of Dragon Age and you're good at coming up with names.
Yeah, these are just names that I've pulled from inspiration from the Dragon Age naming conventions. Other than those names, and you can maybe recognize some other people, your attention is drawn to a corner of the room where you see a few other people speaking. And I think immediately you have that pit in your stomach as you see a large figure taking a few drinks and moving away from the bar, turning towards you. You see kind of shaved side of his head, tattoos in the Avar style running down it, wearing a very kind of muscular but almost popping out of the suit that he is wearing. You see Doman walking across the room and handing a drink over to Reyes.
Motherfucker. Wait, Reyes?
Who
Reyes
is
is here
standing
too.
who is standing in pleasant conversation with Marquis Valmont, dressed in a crimson suit with gold
I wonder
accents
which
on
of
it.
those bastards is going to show up.
Has his has like a crimson mask on as well, very recognizable as the host here. He's leaning on or not really leaning on, but
Ziggy, don't worry,
holding
no one can see your face, baby.
a cane to his side with this golden sort of orb at the top, like very fashionable, probably sword cane for the Orlesian nobility. And the three of them are in conversation with one other who Reyes Lord or Marquis Valmont turns to as seems to share some funny aside. And there, Venehn, you see Lady Richelieu
Bitch.
speaking pleasantly amongst the four of them.
Oh, bitch.
I do want to say, I said up front, I hid the tattoos that were visible, so...
So I was very curious whether you were going to hide yourself. And as a list of your worst enemies
Are all just hanging out at the
are all
same
just
lunch table.
hanging out
Yeah.
here.
She wants to accuse me of poisoning? Fuck around and find out, bitch.
Oh, boy.
I
Poison
see
her for
Lady
real this time.
Richelieu, and I slip the death root to Venehn and say, "Do what you must."
If I can't kill her, I'll fucking ruin her.
And that's where we're going to take our break.
Oh, boy.
See, now we're all angry.
We're all angry going into this now.
I got a little something
I'm-
for everyone here.
I'm more scared than fucking angry.
I mean-
Oh
my
man, this
gosh,
is so
like Garas
complicated
has
now.
one person he wants to
Angry.
kill, and one person he's like, "Hey, motherfucker, guess what? I lived, bitch."
That's
Yeah.
that's the vibe. That's the vibe of the party now is, oh, you don't know I'm alive.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, he doesn't know I survived. Oh boy. I'm gonna fuck
So-
this motherfucker up. I'm gonna ruin his whole evening.
That's where we're going to go ahead and take our break, everyone. Thanks everyone out there for watching. We will be back in a few moments for our Casino Royale revenge mission. In the meantime, do like what we're doing. Take a break, get some water, eat a snack, stretch, whatever you need to do. And we will be back here in a few minutes to continue our session. Until then, stay tuned. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us while we took our break. We are going to jump right back into things.
We're all relaxed.
We're
Everyone's
fine.
relaxed.
So chill.
So,
Fucking calm.
in this moment, y'all have clocked the important people in the room.
Blue
And we'll-
Justin.
Before, Blue Justin is here. At least two of the members that you can see. So I will give you all a moment if you want to discuss anything amongst yourselves before things start
I
getting
think
underway.
we joked. We went in looking all calm, cool, and collected, and then we stopped and we saw them. I think Garrus just looked at the others two and then points at Ziggy's like, they mean thing, and just heads right back outside.
I'm going to say this. If
no,
you
Venenn's
walk
gonna
back
stop
out,
him.
yeah, I know we were joking about that. If you walk back out,
that's true, yeah.
People are going to notice that.
But he will
But
like just.
there's lots of people around that are kind of talking and stuff. The tournament
We
hasn't
can
started
find
yet.
A table,
Venehn-
a
Is the-
corner.
Here's what happens. Venehn puts one hand on Garrus' shoulder, one hand on Ziggy's shoulder. Our lady's going to want something nice to drink. And I think we could have something to loosen up as well. And just directs everyone towards the bar. Backs to enemies in the room. Because
Gotcha.
everyone is fucking panicking and I will not have it.
Nope.
the four of you find a spot
I will
kind of at
not
the
do
edge
what
of the
Ziggy
crowd.
said. I will tamp down my emotions once again for the betterment of my group.
Yeah,
You
that's
find
fine.
a-
This is not the moment for yeah.
You find
You
a
have
nice
personal
spot.
moments later.
It wasn't right now. No,
Yeah.
not right now.
You find a nice spot at the away from the crowd, kind of, or at the edge of the crowd. So you're kind of not separating yourself to draw attention, but enough space that you can have this conversation amongst yourselves.
So, did anyone expect the who's who of people we hate?
No, but right now I need everyone to unclench their jaw. You're wearing a mask, not a full bag over your head.
Boy. All right.
We're fine. And
We're
we're meant to
totally
be
fine.
here. And we're in disguise. And even if they clock Yasmera, they'll know who Garas and I are, and that's fine. Because it positions us as the biggest threat in the world.
Let's
That
be
is
honest.
correct.
We are.
We are
Yeah.
their biggest threat.
And that, everyone, is what we're going to project. Not fear, not anger, not grudges. We are the biggest threat and we know it and we have nothing to be scared of. Which means they have every reason to be scared of us.
Not motivated by fear, Venehn. I'm here for a reason.
You're here because we asked you to be.
Hmm.
You're in this room right now because we asked you to be.
Yeah.
Ziggy, you are a friend and you're a part of this team. And on this team, we do things the smart way, even if it's the longer way.
All right.
Because if you cause
I'm
a
not going to
scene
fuck
in
your
here-
shit up, but if it comes down to it,
Ziggy,
I have to know where they're going.
we all
not-
want to know where they're going. I need you to focus on the job.
I'm focused. I'm
No.
letting you know. No, Venehn, I'm letting you know. I have to know where they're going, and there's more than that. You're concerned about our attitudes. If there are two of them here, and one of them presumably healing from her fall, where is the fourth?
We're going to figure that out together.
All right, just keep your head on a swivel,
You're not.
and I have to stay away. Well, you're not implying I should go up and say hi.
No, I'm not. I'm implying that you stop interrupting and you start working as a team member. Because we, as the four of us, are going to do this together. And if you can't do that, you leave right now.
Trying to calm me down, threats aren't a good way to go about it, but fine.
It's not a threat. It's the smartest move. Because, Ziggy, if you cannot calm yourself, you're a liability. And not to us, to yourself. We know what you're after. And we have similar goals with the same people. But we are not in a situation where the way you usually handle things will work. So, once again, it's not a threat. It's a
I
plan.
have a little faith in old Ziggy. You don't know how he works yet. Puts a hand on your shoulder. What's the move, Commander?
Well, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to have this drink.
Take a breath. Calm
Hands a drink over to
yourself.
Ziggy.
You're sweating.
Shit.
What we're going to do is what we came here to do, which is to support the Yasmera and win this game. What we're also going to do is use this game as an opportunity to watch, to learn, to follow, You don't have to get anywhere near anybody you don't want to.
All right.
Also, your entire head is covered, and you have no reason to be working for Yasmera, so they don't know you're here.
Don't underestimate them, but all right.
Don't worry, Ziggy. They won't put
I-
two and two together. Will be too distracting anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
Look, Reyes is one of the shrewdest men I have ever. He's the shrewdest man I've ever known. He was my partner and best friend for over 20 years. We were recruited together. We recruited Dolman, Rila, everyone. As well as you all know each other, I know them. You're right. I need to calm down. I was taken surprise. But don't underestimate them for a second.
We're not.
By far from it.
Be careful with assumptions then. What's the first move? Who do we talk to?
Sid, I can't hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
I
some
saw
reason.
you trying to talk.
I said, Ziggy, we have faced them before. This is not a new situation for us.
I understand.
My suggestion? Who do we talk to right now? Our friends. We, surprisingly, have a few among these ranks. Work with what we have.
Don't underestimate us, Ziggy. We didn't
That's
get
fair.
this far being incompetent.
You're right, Venehn. I'm sorry.
Take a breath, have a drink,
I'm
wipe
all
your
right.
brow if you can.
Under this thing, no. It's all right. I'll marinate. I'll say this, though. If we're going to keep these appearances up for as long as necessary, I'm sticking to you, points at Yasmera, like glue. Where you go, I go. Who you talk to, I talk to.
Understood.
At that moment, you hear ding, 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 ding. A glass being rung as the crowd turns, attention drawn to the center of the room, where you see, having stepped away from his conversation at the center of the room in all his resplendence, you see Marquis Belmont looks out over the crowd and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I appreciate all of you being here tonight for this wonderful event. As you may well know, I host this tournament once a year. And though I've won my fair share, I believe this gathering is for the benefit of all Orlesians. And
Stone's blood, you're right. He is punchable.
I told you. Even with the mask on, it's like, Jesus Christ.
and those
I don't know
great
who
allies.
he is, but I keep evoking him.
And those great allies we have outside our city gates. He kind of gestures over to the members of the Carta, that members of the Carta who are kind of dressed as dwarvish nobility, and gestures over also to a few others like Roland Maldonado and some of the other like non-Orlesians that are here that do a lot of business in Orlais. Though tonight will be a night of frivolity, pleasure, and of course, skill, we find ourselves some of the most influential people in our fair city gathered under one roof. Take advantage of this opportunity if you wish. I see some of you already shaking hands. Many deals we made tonight, those that will benefit our fair city. I look forward to speaking with all of you throughout the night's festivities and during our breaks for the tournament. But as you all well know, we're here for one reason and one reason only: to see who's going to walk away a fair bit richer than they were before. So, without further ado, those that will be participating, please, your buy-ins for the evening will be collected by our attendants, and we will gather here for the start of our tournament shortly. May fortune smile upon you. There's a polite clap, applause through the room. Some people go back to their conversations, and you see coming out from one of the back rooms one of the attendants, along with a few guards, wheels out a strong box that's on a cart that's draped with a black satin cloth. Opens it, unlocks. There's several locks on it. You can see there's a few keys for it. One of which the Marquis is carrying, unlocks it. Two other attendants unlock as well. Opens it, and you can see those that are participating in the tournament either send some of their attendants, or they themselves move up and dropping boxes or sacks of coin into this strong box. I assume one of you goes up and
I look at Ziggy. Well, the attendant better go make the payment.
Fuck those servants. And I guess Ziggy.
Okay.
I hand Ziggy the, the large backpack that has 10,000 fucking silver in it.
briefcase.
Again, this is the equivalent of 10,000
No,
silver.
I know. It's
you probably
it's banknotes or something. Yeah.
You have gold pieces or gold bars that are
Yeah.
probably the equivalent that you've exchanged this into, and you have a small a strong box probably.
Nah,
with
we're
you.
paying with pennies, bitches.
Yeah.
I was about to say, we
Count 'em.
would do that.
100,000 coppers.
You can see the Carta doors come up and just have a big sack that they just drop down into it. That's probably
Flex.
assorted money. The rest of others are more refinery. You can see a few just have a small box with a few platinum bars in it, things like that. So you make your deposit for the evening. The attendants thank you, Ziggy, as you take it and make a note of who you're making the deposit for, do the buy-in for, and then the case is closed, locked, and wheeled back. As there's no immediate rush. If there's anything you want to do in the meantime, you can see people gathering towards the large table, this ornate carven ovular table that is towards the back of the room. It looks like you can sit everybody at the tournament comfortably. Small little kind of side tables next to every seat for drinks. Kind of adorn this felt top with this, again, the crimson that's matching the suit that Marquis Valmont is wearing, with this golden filigree kind of embroidered into the carvings of the table to accent the rich lion head designs at each of the legs that's between every seat. This table looks like it probably costs half as much as the buy-in for this, or half as much as the pot for this tournament. You can see people begin to go gather towards it. Marquis Valmont, Reyes, Lady Richelieu, finding their
Lady
spots.
Richelieu's playing.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Okay, cool.
So the players, as they move towards the table: Marquis Valmont, Lord Reyes Hanover, Lady Richelieu, Roland Maldonado, Loredana Badur, Lady Beatrice Lamoureux, Dakin Galno, and Duke Fontaine.
Okay.
Just a
Van,
quick...
you said something, but
I was talking to myself. Sorry, I was saying Yasmera makes 9. Was counting.
I think as she goes to get situated to sit down, I think we'll just at least pay her respects to Dakin.
Okay. You can see he's taking off his coat and like draping it over the back of his chair. You see one of the stewards comes over to like take the coat and he goes, no. It stays here. And
He's
I love
cheating.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm gonna
Oh,
use
yeah,
his
totally.
coat to tuck fucking cards in. Are you kidding me?
Like a
I'm sitting
deck of
next to
cards
him.
in his
He's got
coat.
3 decks of cards in that bad boy.
I'm
This
fucking
bad
sitting next
boy,
to him.
you know how many decks of cards you can fit in here?
So you go and you sit next to him.
Oh yeah, I'm sitting next to him.
He turned, he like look right at you, hadn't clocked you across the bar yet, and looks over and gives you a smile, and he says, "Well, it's a pleasure to have your acquaintance this evening."
You as well.
He's
a fine sport.
"Oh, I plan on being nothing but the most honest player at this table." Oh, please. And he actually stands up from his chair and goes to, like move to pull your chair out for you to sit as well.
Oh, that's so sweet. I'm checking all of my valuables before I sit.
Yeah, I think Ziggy doing the bodyguard thing would actually like half move to intercept, and Yasmera
Okay.
might be like, no, it's fine, but like Ziggy does like take a step
Like,
towards
takes
the
a
other
step-
dwarves.
he like clocks you
Mm-mm.
and gives kind of like a look towards you, like he's trying to, like obviously like clearly like Orzammar like all this design. He's like, do I know this dwarf?
I was also wondering that like Ziggy hasn't been back to Orzammar in like 20 years, but are there any older dwarfs that, or like has he had any Carta dealings maybe in the past? He is also a criminal.
Yeah, I mean, you probably knew some Carta leaders back, like, when you were leaving Orzammar, and maybe you've had some dealings over time. I mean, the wardens occasionally need to, shake hands with the Carta to kind of get things going.
But there's not like a specific guy in this group that I'm
Well,
like, oh,
I'm going to say
shit.
you probably know Dakin, but he was probably like just like a young pup. Back like he was like just making his name, and like was kind of a like a young like lieutenant or something to one of the Carta leaders when you were bebopping around the area. So you probably know him, but you knew him like a long time ago.
Chance I could make an
punk.
inside joke to him.
Sure.
Yeah. Do you want me to roll something for that, or?
What's your purpose here?
I guess.
Our directive.
Did I like him?
was-
Did Ziggy like him back in the day? I mean, we like Dakin, right?
Oh
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Dakin,
like him.
I mean, he's a criminal.
Yeah,
Like, he's going to look after. I think y'all have gotten a kind of a bead on him. You probably, again, other than that one job y'all did, you've probably had other dealings with Dakin and the
We've
Carta
had
since
nothing
then.
but good business with
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. I mean, again, he's a criminal. His priority is his bottom line, no matter what. Like, he's not like the leader of the Carta. There is no leader of the Carta. Like, it's kind of a syndicate with many like heads to it.
Their target will
He's made
we're
his name
Walmart,
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
But
just two
he
franchises trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, he kind of runs the Carta operations in and around Orlais. And so your probably impression of when you first met him was like ambitious, go-getter, like he was taking on jobs and doing things to kind of make his name. You can see like he had there's a lot of like doors that come into the Carta that are like, they just want the like connections and they're not really interested in like climbing their way up the ranks. He kind of like came in, he's like, I'm going to be top dog here from the jump. And that probably rubs some people the wrong way. Others probably saw it for, something they could take advantage of or something that would like help out the card as a whole in the long run.
Okay.
So
I think Ziggy just kind of liked that sort of spirit, and he's also a nostalgic fuck. So there's not really a whole lot of point to it other than like, hey man, I see you, you see me.
yeah.
And just like I'll just say like one little inside joke line from 20 plus years ago that maybe I repaired his armor after a real bad heist gone wrong or something when he was younger.
Yeah, I wouldn't even make you roll for it. I think you do that, and he kind of like there's that hint of like recognition. He doesn't seem like a dwarf that like forgets things very often. He has a pretty long memory, and so he gives a nod towards you. Maybe doesn't like entirely place like name or know exactly who you are, but I think there's like a bit of familiarity that's like, okay, I know this person. I'm gonna put it together before the end of the night. And so, but gives like a smile towards you as he helps Yasmera with her chair. Yasmera keeping very close eye to make sure there's no like funny business. Your possessions all seem to be like in their place.
And I don't have like something I shouldn't have as well. So okay, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
no, it doesn't seem
You have
like
an
it's up to anything.
entire deck of cards in your pocket.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
There are no pockets in this dress. So
And yeah, you sit down next to him, and the everyone else begins to take their seats at the table, with Valmont taking his seat last as the game begins, and he looks around the table as people are having a conversation, says, "So, shall we begin?" And everyone at the table nods, and you can see sitting next, or I actually think Reyes isn't sitting next to Valmont. He's kind of sitting probably like across, like counterclockwise to the table from where you're at, kind of at like if Valmont's at like the 12 o'clock mark, he's over at like the 5 o'clock, whereas you're at like 9. Is there any last like impression you want to get before cards start being dealt?
I've got one last little thing, and this
Yeah.
might be a long shot, but I just want to try to send Starkspawn.
Okay. What is can you read me the details on that?
Yep. If you give me a second to pull it back up. It is a specific perception focus. I know that. Boop, 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 boop. Grey Warden, go. Grey Warden, go.
Grey Warden,
There we
go.
Okay, where to go?
Yeah, it's under perception, I think.
Okay. You can detect Darkspawn up to a number of yards away equal to 5 times your level. So that's going to be 75 yards. Yikes. And yeah, it's perception Darkspawn. Detect Darkspawn. So I don't have
All
a
right.
great bonus to that roll, but
Make the roll though.
It's worth looking.
woo!
Yeah.
Never know.
663 plus again, it's not that great, but 4, so 6, 12, 15, 19.
19.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Damn, I wasn't expecting something
Okay,
like this
son.
this soon. You take that moment where you're just like, what triggers Ziggy to even
Knowing
think
what
about
the
this?
Disciple of Silence are becoming, what their whole goal and operation is. I don't think he's had an opportunity to see if that works on them. But also knowing what they're up to and that they probably have some sort of trick up their sleeve. They're here.
Yeah.
So I just want to see if there's a fucking mass of Darkspawn underground, or if I can find out if I can detect them with it.
Or if they fucking poison the wine again.
Yeah.
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 You don't detect anything with the wine. No darkspawn blood mixed in with the liquor. You don't sense anything in the room, but just on the edge of your periphery,
All right.
you feel a pull. Not a large. It's not like you know you've been doing this long enough. Like you know you've been doing this for decades now. Like you know the difference between like a horde of darkspawn approaching and like a couple skulking out in the shadows as you're on patrol. You sense a small presence beneath you.
I will very quickly whisper that to Yasmera, and then I will finger Garas over.
Okay, I'm glad we added that with over.
Yeah.
Thank you.
and then I think, nope, no. And I will whisper to Garas as well for him to do that,
Okay.
to sense Darkspawn and let Venehn know as well.
I
Yeah, just give me a roll too.
Okay.
I'll give you a +1 on this because Ziggy already succeeded, so you kind of know what you're
Got
looking
it.
for.
Got it. That's a 15. 16 plus the +1.
16. I will say, like, as far as the difficulty goes, you don't get any. I'll say you sense what Ziggy does. You've been doing this for a couple years now, not nearly as long as Ziggy. So the help that you get from him kind of helps hone you in on what you're looking for, and just like you're getting kind of like the. You know the difference when you're playing like a shooter or something, like if you're playing Halo and like you have like the red bar kind of on the side, like there's somebody that direction versus having like a pinpoint on your map of like there's an enemy over there. You get kind of like the general vibe, like there's something in that direction, something down that you're sensing, but you don't have like a specific bead on it. Yeah, I see you laughing at me.
Sorry, it's just with the TikTok thing earlier, and then you referencing Halo in the year 2024.
I'm really showing my
kinda-
age. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I wish.
You want to listen to some Third Eye Blind after the stream?
Oh
boy.
Definitely.
So Garas just like completely expressionless nods and just completely expressionless just goes right back over to Venn, leans against the bar and just relays that information.
Okay. As you're all kind of disseminating this information around,
Just
you
give
can
Ziggy
see
a big smile.
a lot of people are kind of standing like at the outskirts of the table, like watching and gonna be like observing the tournament. Some people are staying over the bar by the bar, aren't really interested in watching just yet, or more like kind of passively engaging. Doman is one of them. Is kind of like posted up near like the edge of the room. It's like sitting at the bar and having a drink, but keeping an eye over at the table.
Just playing right now.
Huh?
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I thought I was muted. I wish I was playing Carter right now.
Well, maybe you should have just tried to look around a room with your eyes first.
And none of this would have happened. Yeah, Carter would be a boss
I'm not
at
mad.
poker, being able to read.
I'm not
people.
mad.
No, it was great.
I'm not
Thanks,
mad.
What was the
I've never
name?
been mad in my life.
Ziggy brought up a very good point, which is also on Yasa's mind. If right before we start, the fourth, the
Can't remember
rogue.
her name off the top of
Faye.
my head either.
Faye Wilder.
Faye.
Faye Wilder.
Hey, Wilder.
Yeah,
The silliest damn name.
she's silly.
He's so silly.
How could that be the
She
one
here?
you guys forgot?
She here? I see her. She
Yeah,
here?
She here?
Make a perception seeing test.
Oh, she's here somewhere.
See you somewhere.
Unless she's.
And just to be
I
clear, I
need
get
to
no
save
Darkspawn
these.
vibes off of Reyes or Dome.
No, none.
Okay,
none of
cool.
them. They are 100% human. Because you don't sense other Grey Wardens.
Grey Warden,
that just
right,
like generally.
right.
Like you don't get anything off Garas.
6, 5, 3, 14 plus 21.
21. You survey the room, kind of looking around, seeing if you can get
Just
a bead on anyone.
casually.
Yeah, I mean, you're sitting at a table. There's lots of people around. It makes sense. You're kind of like,
Oh, who's here?
look around. No, you don't see Faye.
Okay.
You know she's here though.
Oh, I fucking know she's
I got
here.
y'all so suspicious.
I mean, it's 50-50 shot. She could be here or she could be with Brila.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, or running some other sort of thing while this is going
I
on.
mean,
but
it's
it's
Yeah,
just,
fuck.
it's just-
Brila could also
Dude,
be
outdo-
here.
It's just
so-
whether or not
Yeah.
Brila is okay
Well,
enough to either be
yeah.
here or be somewhere on her own.
I would say, this, like, Brila is a master of disguise. Like, Brila.
Yeah, we also
could be
dropped her
anyone in
off
this
like
room.
a third-story building.
Yeah, but also she's sustained some like massive injuries during your last encounter. Whether she's recovered from those at this point, tough to say.
I mean, if she lived, we're assuming she lived.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah, I already have a theory, but I'm gonna save it for
She fucking lived. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was really
Just-
fucked up, but
Wanted to check.
All right. As you're waiting, as Marquis Valmont says that about the beginning, one of the attendants comes over, brings out a box that reveals these beautifully adorned Wicked Grace cards that he like moves forward, spreads across the table, flips them over. They cascade to the side. You see the full arrangement of suits. Right dead at the center, you see the Angel of Death. Flips them over again, back across the table, shuffles them up, stacks them together, and the tournament begins. We're going to go
How
ahead
do I
and see
get
if we can
that
get
job?
through. You put in an application. You want to work for Marquis Valmont?
For now.
Alrighty, let's go and get our Wicked Grace rules up. Let's see if we can power through
Woo!
the first round here. So, target number for I put a nifty little thing.
Do we get
on
to do
those.
anything in the lead up, or do we not get to do anything until the
Yeah.
first?
Not
break?
during the lead up. It's
Okay.
first break. Y'all will
Got
get a
it.
chance to do something. Yeah. Good question. The same thing. We're doing the same rules as the tournament. First one, you got to do raw, and after that, you get to. All right. Target number for this first round is 16. The current ante is 1. You have 3 fortune
So
right
I put
now.
in 1 for the ante, so we're at 2.
Yeah, so collects antes. Everyone puts their ante out. You're given chips, essentially. These your chips are like, you know, again, color coded for the different denominations. They all have the sigil of Orlais with the lion's head on it. Everybody puts in their ante around the table, and then everyone begins to play. So, first round, you put in your ante, so you're down to 2 fortune. I'll go ahead and update that.
We did make sure to invoke Ben Harrell himself this week.
Yes.
He's here.
All right. So first check, you can either make a read test or you can do a calculate test.
Let's see.
Perception, empathy versus cunning evaluation.
Oh, I'm gonna be bluffing all goddamn day, so we're gonna start with a read, I think.
Okay. So let's go ahead and make a perception empathy test of 16.
That's a good one. Okay. 554 is 14. So I guess I stun.
You do
Is that-
stun.
I do stun.
Yeah,
with
what's your total
5.
for the check? Because you rolled a 15.
Yeah, so 5 plus 5 is 10 plus 3 is 13 plus 7 is 20.
20. Okay. So with the 20, you succeed, and you have what, 3 stun points?
5.
Or okay, the 5. Sorry, I was hearing the 3 as the dragon die. So you have 5 stun points. So you can take any of the 1 through 5 stunts or multiples.
Let's do. Let's do a. We'll do a read the room for 2, which I'll get a +1 to the deception for the bluff.
Okay.
Let's do. And let's do counting cards. Roll 2 and take the higher result for the next draw.
Okay. So that's
Sure,
3
we'll
points.
we'll do the. Oh no, that's 4. It was 2 and 2. And then I guess I'll do the mental
Okay,
math.
just read the room. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have +1 to your next evaluation, +1 to your next bluff, and then you get an advantage on your next draw, and then you roll a 5 on your dragon die, so it's another 5 to your next bluff. So you have a total of +6 to your next bluff.
Yes.
All right. So you kind of take a moment to read the other players as they draw their hand. Everyone up
Dead
to 5
faced.
cards.
Fucking dead faced, just shark eyes, just nothing.
You are given your hand, and we move on to the next round. So for this one, you either can draw, you can cheat, or you can pass.
We're gonna.
So you have a bonus on your draw. So the next, if you decide to do a draw, then for the first one you do, you can roll the dice twice and take the higher result.
I've got the plus, so yeah, I'll do a draw for this round. I'll
Okay.
save my cheat.
So instead of cheating, I'm going to start off like a little slow. So when you draw, you immediately get +1 fortune. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. And then we're going to go ahead and roll a d6 for me. You just don't
But
want
I
to roll
roll
one.
2d6.
You roll
because I have-
2d6 and you
Okay.
take the higher.
Sweet. That's a 6, baby.
Okay, so you're good on that one. So yeah, you get the choice now. You can either do it again, or you can go ahead and move on to the next round.
I can't cheat at this point, right?
No, you're locked into drawing right now.
I'll do it again.
All right, go ahead. This time you just roll 1 die, but you get another fortune.
Rolling bands, because this buddy is the one that keeps rolling 6s. And it does it again, 6. I think this thing's weighted. I don't know.
All right, that's 2. You can go again, or you can move to the next round. You have 4 fortune currently.
Yeah, we're doing it again. Let's do this.
All right.
That's this fucker has rolled 3
I'm gonna make y'all
sixes in
switch
a
dice.
row.
Don't waste them. Don't waste them.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
Where does that
Uh,
put you at?
You have 5 fortune right now.
Well, she would have
Okay.
5 fortune if she draws again, right?
No, that put her
No.
at 5.
That put me at 5.
I thought you got a fortune when you draw.
Yeah, that's what she
Oh.
got. That
Oh,
was
okay.
her.
All right.
Yeah, she was at.
The roll is just to make sure you don't draw the angel of death, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Because that was your third roll.
Every time you draw, you get
Yeah.
the fortune.
Right. Right.
That was
She
your
had
third
2,
Okay.
and then she
Yep,
drew
yep, yep,
3
yep,
times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We'll go one
so
more.
you-
We'll
one
go one
more?
more. We'll double our money. We'll double our money.
Mhm. Get it.
See, this is why I
Okay,
should
that one's
not-
only a 4, but it still is not a 1.
This is
Okay.
why I should not be the one playing cards, because I
Yup.
can't do this shit. I can't gamble. I get so stressed.
All right.
Okay, you can do one more, or you can move on.
We'll leave it. We'll leave
Okay.
it. I'm not going to push my luck. We'll leave it.
All right. So you move on to the next, the betting round. So on this one, you have the option to bluff, raise, or check.
I have a plus to the bluff.
Yes, you do. I'm going to also say this. I didn't put this in the rules, though. Your bonuses that you get from your stunts don't carry over to the next.
So I have to
round,
use them in
so-
this round. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I have the plus to the bluff, so I'm going to use it.
Okay. Because I'm not going to try to keep track of like.
No,
the-
that's too much. That's way too much.
So they're like
Um,
per
per game.
per
Okay.
game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not per
So I'm-
round.
I'm going with a plus 7
Yes.
right now. Okay.
All right.
And don't forget the key to Orzammar if you get stunts.
Another one.
Boy. Love
And
it.
that is the dragon die. So so that is a 6, 6, 3. So that's 12 plus 3 is 15 plus 7 is a 22.
All right, you succeed, so you can go in and make a raise test, and you get a +2 to this.
Yes.
So this is going to be
Okay.
communication bargaining.
Okay. So that's a plus 6. Okay. Plus 6 plus 2. So this is a plus 8. Okay. 10, 13 plus 8 is 21.
21, you succeed. What'd you got on your dragon die?
Got a 4 on the dragon die.
Okay, so you're going to lose 2 fortune,
Okay.
so it brings you down to 4, but you get to go back and either draw or cheat.
You know we're cheating. You know
All
we're
right.
cheating.
So go
I'll
ahead and
do
make
I'll do a ledger domain.
ledger domain. Okay.
Let's do this. Let's go. Let's do this. We made it this far.
It's literally only the first game. Everyone chill.
No.
5,
forget the
5,
key.
6 on the dragon die. Van, this thing is fucking. I have to get this thing tested. I'm gonna make Matt put this thing in water because holy shit.
I charged it. I had it.
So that's
All right.
yeah.
You
That's
succeed. You get 6 fortune, so you're up to 10 fortune, and you move on to you move back to round 3. So you draw a few extra cards, looking through, manipulating your hand, very slyly avoiding any detection from the nobody seems to notice. Everyone's kind of having pleasant conversation around the table as they go around placing bets, taking their cards. Everyone seems to be enjoying themselves.
I
You
don't
see,
want this to take forever, you guys. This is gonna be a long one, but I feel like I'm on fire. So
Duke Fontaine is really enjoying himself too.
I'm so happy for him.
But
Yeah, I
he's
hope he's doing
hemorrhaging.
okay.
He is hemorrhaging money. He's enjoying himself.
Oh,
but
I
he
thought
is
you were gonna
just
say he's
hemorrhaging money.
completely hammered.
Yeah, but no.
Well,
that
that too.
makes sense.
I thought he was just
Uh,
gonna say he's hemorrhaging.
All right.
It's been like half an hour. What's wrong with this guy?
So
He
we go
pre-games.
back to the betting portion. You can either you've got a 10 right now to your roll if you want to call it there, or you can go ahead and bluff or raise again.
all right, one more time, one bluff.
All right.
Oh, baby.
God, I'm so glad we're not doing
I'm gonna make you
this.
start rolling on
Oh.
roll 20.
So that's
And
11
don't forget the
plus-
key. You can raise the dragon die or lower it.
No, I can't use that here. We said that we couldn't. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry. I
say
missed- My bad.
11.
it's not like germane enough to like the gambling right now to help with that.
17. So we still made it.
Okay, so you succeed. You get a +2 to your next raise test. So go ahead
Okay.
and make a communication bargaining.
Alrighty. Okay. Uh, 16 on the dot.
Okay, what'd you get on the dragon die?
4.
Okay, so you lose another 2 from your fortune as you raise, kind of pushing the hand. This hand's gone around for a while. People raising, a few people have folded at this point. It's between you and a few others. The tension is getting high. Everyone's got eyes on those of you. I mean, you've made out pretty well so far. So we go back now. You can either draw or you can cheat.
I'm a cheat.
All right.
Yeah, buddy. 12 plus 8 is 20 with a 5 on the dragon.
Okay. So we go up to 13 fortune. All right. And we go back to either bluff or raise, or you can
We'll
pass.
check. We'll check.
Okay. You
I'm
go ahead and check.
I'm not gonna push
Please,
it any
before I
further.
have a fucking heart attack.
I know.
We're all having like goiters are forming in our throat right now.
I can't. Gambling stresses me out so much.
You decide. You check around the table. Everyone's in a good position. They're still in the hand right now. We go ahead and move to our Angel of Death roll.
I cannot fail this.
Yeah, you really can't.
I could get 3 1s plus the 13 on my fortune, and I would still hit the check.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll it just for shits and giggles.
Sure.
Well, you still need to roll to know what you get on the dragon die.
Yes. Woo! What was it? 4 is a 10 plus 10 plus 16, 26 with a 4 on the dragon.
All right. You move up to 17 fortune as you win the hand, making out with a hefty sum. And knocking out your competitors. You see at the end of the hand, the ones that had stayed in, push their luck just a little too far. Duke Fontaine, Dakin Galno, and Lady Beatrice Lemeray are all knocked out of the tournament.
You know what? I hope he had a lot of fun. I hope Fontaine had
I'm
fun.
sure
had a
he had a
blast.
great
I'm so-
time. He's
You see him there, he's like,
he's not actually here to play cards.
oh, this money's nothing to him.
No, he
he's
doesn't
just
give
like,
a shit.
oh, I had such a wonderful time. Good, bravo, bravo, bravo. He stands up, kind of swaying a bit.
He's here for the open bar and
where
the
did I put my
babes.
Yeah. Dakin turns to you and says, it was a good hand. Good luck in the rest of the tournament.
You swell.
And moves on. So from there, everyone kind of like the chips are collected. Everyone begins to kind of like, some people stand up to have a drink as we take our first break. We have a little bit of time if there's something anybody wants to do.
I got
Is it
it.
too early to investigate that dark spawn? Or should we leave that till later?
I don't know how you're gonna get underground
Yeah.
from here by yourself.
Yeah.
Not me. One of you.
We have barely made an impression. in
Yeah,
the
we
room.
have to make ourselves known first before we can even do
Schmooze.
anything like that. Yeah.
Who was close to getting knocked out but just scooted by?
I would say Laura Donna Badur is the I would say is the closest to getting knocked out right now.
And that is
She is the owner of the Silver Curtain.
right.
You gonna knock Salome out?
No, she's gonna be hard to. She's not a good target. She's not a good target.
No,
for
she
that.
isn't. Which one looks like out of the ones we're trying to avoid, but the one that looks like they're trying to go hard on this, like they take this way too seriously.
Interesting. I mean, the ones that are in Marquis Valmont, Lord Reyes.
I mean, it's
Lady
Reyes. He takes
Richelieu,
everything too seriously.
Oh yeah,
Roland Maldonado, and
trying to find the
Loredana
equivalent
Baldor.
of the dude bro who goes to the poker tournaments with the Oakleys and everything. That's who.
I
it's
mean, you can
supposed to
see, like, I mean, Marquis Valmont is like, I would say, doesn't look like he's taking it too seriously, but is doing very well for himself so far. Again, we're abstracting a lot of this. We're gonna say like multiple hands are going on with each game too, and like he's cleaned up pretty well on the hands that he stayed in on. Same with Reyes. I would say the one that's probably doing that, probably the easiest mark with you would be Roland. That's like not on your hit list, but is taking this pretty seriously.
How
Who
did
has the
Lady-
biggest pot right now?
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
It's us.
The Marquis.
Oh well.
Yeah. Oh, well,
After
okay.
him,
Yeah, we're probably.
he doesn't count.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
Reyes.
How did Lady?
The rankings right now are Valmont, Reyes, and Richelieu.
I was gonna say, how did Lady Richelieu do?
Gross.
Yeah, she's pulling in a solid third.
Are we fourth?
Yeah, I'd say y'all are kind of like, the way I'm abstracting this. I mean, again, y'all have 17 right now, so like you're probably in a good, like, probably either tied with Richelieu or close behind.
Okay. I got it. I'm gonna do something.
Wait, who are you going after then?
Lady Richelieu.
Death, brute, death,
Ooh, boy.
brute, death.
No,
brute.
not immediately. Not immediately.
Okay, okay.
We're slow burning it. We got several rounds.
I'm going to go after Roland.
You're going after who?
Roland.
Roland. Okay.
Roland's my target.
What are you doing?
Is this play, because I get it, this is like a big like tournament and everything. Is there like souvenir card decks around here?
Like,
Just like, like people like they, because this is like people, they want to schmooze around, so like probably have like decks laying around, little cocktail tables that people can pick up and like fidget with while they're like having their networking kind of situation.
interesting.
Like,
Okay.
to add to the ambiance.
I will say the sure. Yeah, why not?
Okay. What I would like to do is I would like to.
Seems like a terrible idea for a tournament where people are like encouraged to cheat. But
Yeah, I
the
know,
decks
right?
aren't identical to the decks that they're using. they're
Yeah.
they're decks that are like distinctly
Completely different color.
Totally different,
Completely
yeah.
different.
Totally different everything.
They're like
They've got the
inverted
hole
colors
punch
Yeah.
on the side that says
Yeah.
they've come
But
out.
it's
of the
still-
casino.
well,
it's
and
still-
essentially between like during the breaks too, they're like collecting the cards and we're like replacing the deck between
Yeah.
the breaks as well.
Still,
So,
regardless,
like,
it still helps me out. It still helps me out what I want to do. So I would like to walk past one of the tables and palm a couple of them as I walk past. And where is Roland at right now?
I say he's gotten up and gone over to get a drink, having a conversation with like a few people. Nothing like serious, like kind of a passing conversation as he heads to the bar. You can see it's like, like Ferelden has like a little less of like the kind of cleaned up appearance of a lot of like the Orlesians here. It's like unshaven. It's got like a not like a full beard, but has a a little more like stubble and kind of like he's
Okay.
pulling off a Sita, and is wearing some like Ferelden like green and gold as well. It's like not
Alright.
nearly as like fashion. It's like probably like 3 or 4 seasons behind what the rest of the Orlesians are wearing here, but he's wearing it well. It's not like that he like can't afford to it, but he's like more of like a statement piece of like, I'm gonna wear like what my people wear,
Okay.
and not I'm not like fully committing to this like Orlesian lifestyle.
Okay. Garas will make his way over, kind of like doing that mental prep of like creating this character in his head, like, and you kind of like see Garas like the character like develop as like his gait changes, his posture changes, and his swagger changes as he goes over to Roland. And since he's leaning on the bar, he goes like, I gotta say, man, you were killing it out there.
He looks to you and says, thank you. I appreciate it. I feel like I'm only holding on by the skin of my teeth, but I'm trying my best.
If anything, you're the real dark horse in this tournament, looking like.
Thanks. Sorry I didn't catch your name.
Oh, me? My name is my name is Dominic Reyes.
Dominic Ray. Okay. Just nice to meet you. Can I get you a drink? I'm heading to the bar.
How about I get you, because I just definitely want to chat it up with someone who's kind of kicking ass in this game, but also has lately been kicking ass in the markets.
Okay. All right. Talk business. Yeah. Come on. He kind of heads over the bar with you. What are you angling to
And
roll
as
here?
I'm doing this, I'm kind of smoozing it up, I would like to take the cards that I palmed and I would like to place them on him, but in a way that the next time he tries to do like any kind of cheating or anything, the cards will spill out of his sleeve or will just be very well known, looking like, oh, you got caught doing something you weren't supposed to be doing.
Okay. So what are you thinking? Like a ledger domain?
Yeah, ledger domain.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Target number for this is 19.
Got it. Mhm. 19 on the button.
All right. You succeed in slipping the cards. What'd you get on the dragon die?
I got on the Dragon Die 4.
Okay. So you have a plus. Mark this down somewhere. You have a +2 that you can
Okay.
give out during
Got
the
it.
next
Got it.
the next game. You succeed in kind of sliding the cards like into his sleeve, like just a couple of cards, not enough that he might
Yeah.
notice, but enough that like if he goes to fidget with it, that he not expecting them to be there, you feel pretty confident that those might incriminate him.
And I think after like I finish what I'm doing, because I think it's like this part of the bit that Venehn and Garas do in these kind of situations, where someone kind of starts it off and they look at the other person, kind of, you better one up me or I'm gonna be winning this kind of thing. And he like kind of looks back at Venehn like, and he goes back to having drinks with this guy.
Perfect. You You go back to having drinks. He talks about his smithies, about his shops and his business, and the ore imports that he's bringing from Ferelden. He goes on and on about it. He's very proud of his work, and whether you're interested in it or not, talks your ear off for probably the rest of the
I
break.
listen to everything he says.
Perfect.
Let your friends talk about their hyper focuses. It's how you show you love them.
With that, I don't think we really have enough to really like get into any others. So what I'll go ahead and say here is we'll get into Venehn and Ziggy at the start of the next session. Does that sound good?
Cool.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for us today, everyone. Let's go ahead and go around and do our stores and wishes.
I'll go.
Go for it.
I gotta give mine to Yaz, who is cool as a fucking cucumber. I think this is gonna play out and be like so fun. We're like, Yaz has the opportunity to have like one-on-one conversations with people, but still like very much put off that persona of like, don't fucking talk to me. But I love it here because I think it is like the biggest power play. It's so good. I just love it. I love her leaning into that shit. It's great. We don't get it that often, so yeah.
It's what she do.
Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful. And I love being able to support it. It's so fun. Just in general, I'm gonna give it to Yaz. My wish. Oh man, we're just getting so much good stuff in this.
This arc.
Here's my wish. It's specific, but it's also general. Because as long as one of us gets it, I will be happy. I just want one of us to be able to look somebody in the eye, like fucking Olenna Tyrell, and be like, yeah, bitch, it was me. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's me. I don't care if it's one of the other three. I don't care. I just want at least one of us to be like, yeah, tell Cersei. I want her to know it was me.
What you gonna do about it?
Could definitely happen.
Yeah, one of us should get that. Wherever it pops up, I will be so pleased.
Excellent. I think we can make that happen. Y'all have ample opportunity to get up some bullshit like that.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty.
I can go.
Thank you, Van. Yeah, go for it, Sid.
My star is gonna go to Ziggy and Venn for the lovely hey, you know what? There are growing pains sometimes when you're working with new people. Like you gotta get a feel for each other. You gotta like figure out how you're gonna mesh best. And when you're literally running up against all of the people that you all hate all at the same time in one very public place, you're gonna run into some speed bumps. I mean, this was not just gonna go like easy sailing. Like there's gonna be a little bit of friction there, and
Gonna be a walk in the park? No, there's some motherfucking hornets on this nature trail.
It's gonna take a little massaging to get everything to to gel. No, I thought it was a lovely little bit of character work there for both of them. So I can't wait. Yes, stress all of us out. See what happens. But that was wonderful. My wish. I think very similarly. This is very specific, but also general. Because I know who it would be the most fulfilling to come from, but I really don't care who. It just needs to happen. One of us needs to punch the Marquis directly in the mouth. just directly in the teeth. Don't
Right
care
in the
who.
Yeah, fuck his smile up a little
Right
bit
in the gob.
so
Don't
it's
care
less
who.
smarmy and more gap toothed.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care who. I mean, obviously, if Garas got the punch, awesome. But anyone, it needs to happen. That man needs to be punched in the mouth.
It's like Garas is the most likely one to do it, but
I think
it
Ziggy
feels,
should do it.
Yeah.
I think we should get one of
That's
the
what I was
other
thinking.
contestants to do it and then also get them kicked out.
Okay, now see, you're onto
See,
something.
now you're cooking with gas. All right, all right.
I'm taking that as a challenge.
But yes, the man, if we leave tonight and that man was not punched in the we did not do our jobs. That's all.
I have two contestants that are not us for that.
Okay.
I think our dwarf friend is a contender.
Absolutely.
He's a little spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think maybe you get a couple more glasses of wine into old Mr. Maldonado. We might have a problem.
I was gonna say y'all have proven your ability to manipulate Duke Fontaine at this point.
No, I like him.
He's probably too friendly to punch somebody too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Honestly,
a silly drunk.
I like him. He's never done anything to any of us.
He's more likely to streak through the party at 1 a.m. than
And if we can do that, if we can make that
Just-
Hey, that can be a wish too.
Now we're looking for a distraction. Here's the thing: if we next week, if we reach somebody's turn in the break and they're like, I'm not sure what I want to do, that's what you want to
You
wanna
What, streak?
No,
I
you
think
want to
that's allowed.
convince
I know, I know,
Fontaine.
I know.
We're
Just
going
streak to the party.
streaking!
Because
It'll be great.
he's a duke. There's no consequences for him.
count.
He can get
Duke
his
can
dick
do
out
whatever
wherever he
he
wants.
wants.
Someone's just gonna very calmly tell him to put his clothes back on. That's it. That's all that's gonna happen.
Someone's just gonna be like,
I know what-
Fontaine, we can't keep doing this.
No, that's the thing. No one is telling him that.
Yeah.
No.
Someone's
He
just gonna tell him
probably-
to put his pants back on and go back to the
Fine.
bar.
If we can get Fontaine to yell "Shrimp Heaven" now and streak across
Shrimp
this party, I consider this a win.
Heaven.
Oh, it's my
So
turn.
yeah, that's me.
Listen, it could probably happen. I don't doubt y'all's ability to get anything done
Yeah.
at this point.
We should get
That's
him
like
to
Pinky
invest some
Probox.
money in the Red Jenny while we're here.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh hell yeah.
Why not?
He's my best friend already. All right.
I like him.
I had to bring him back. for
I
this.
like him.
Fucking love him.
Honestly, he's never done anything to anyone.
No,
Yeah,
He's just
anything
hanging
wrong.
out.
I just hope he doesn't turn out to be like a secret racist. That's what that's how it is with any person who's white for me.
He
It's
would
like, please don't be
never.
a secret racist.
He would never.
You never know. Maybe Duke Fontaine's the big bad.
Oh God, I would be so sad.
Maybe
Seems
Duke
like-
Fontaine's the architect.
Been
in
manipulating
disguise.
everything from the start.
Seems like he'd be pretty easy to kill at any moment.
What if it's like a Mr. Pink situation in Unusual Suspects?
I'm gonna-
you know?
I'm gonna end the campaign with Duke Fontaine revealing to actually be Solus, and he's actually the Dread Wolf.
I'll kill you.
It would have been quite a trick.
I know where you sleep at night already.
He just shows up and murks Fleming.
I like him.
Oh gosh.
I like him more than I ever liked Solus.
Okay, it's my turn.
Oh boy, yeah, go for it.
My star goes to Sid, actually, because not Yasmera, but Sid specifically for going hard on the gambling. Like you were
And the
like,
first round,
at like a table in Atlantic City, you're like, no, but going high.
I have
let's ride this
never
gravy
in
train.
my life been to a casino. Not once. I've never had
You
any
were-
desire to do so.
You
Not
hate
once.
it.
You will hate it.
I will hate it. I
You
would
will
hate it.
You will hate it. But you had that vibe of like, let's ride this gravy train to see how far we can go. And it made me go like, oh, we have the right person to be doing this because I would chicken out midway. So yeah, that's my star.
You
Um,
had to
which-
go hard for the first one because
You
the
do. No, you
the,
do.
the target number was so low. You go
Yeah,
hard.
you do.
Once the target numbers get higher,
Yeah, you rack up
Yeah.
those
A little
points
better.
now to have to
Yeah.
play with
Yeah.
later.
My wish is it's a general one for me. I just want to have that moment with Garas just like saying to Doman of like, he just like walks up behind Doman. Doman doesn't realize he's there. He says like, "Guess what? I lived." I just want to have one of those moments of like, "I lived, bitch," to Doman, because he thinks I'm dead, and I don't think Reyes knows about what went down at the tower.
You mean he thinks you're dead for when he stabbed you in the alley?
When he gave me like he gave me the blood also. Yeah.
I
He
mean,
wasn't trying to kill you.
he wasn't
though.
trying to
true,
kill
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true,
I mean, as far as he knows, you did exactly what he thought you would do,
Yeah,
which
but
is go become a Grey Warden.
I still want to have this moment with them.
Yeah. No, I mean, definitely, like, it's a good revenge moment either
Yeah.
way.
I want my round 2 because he
yeah.
kicked my ass. I want my round 2.
Yeah. Definitely. Love that.
All right, let me bring it home.
Go for it.
So I've got 2 stars. My first one was to kind of echo what Sid said. My first star is going to go to Venehn, not for exactly the same reason, because I think that's what Ziggy needed. Ziggy has been working alone for a long time. He's also been kind of, he lives in a life where he's usually in charge of himself. And I think in that moment, if you hadn't have given him the emotional bitch slap, he probably would have fucked things up for everybody. And I think he knows that too. I think right after that moment, he was like, okay, and like to himself, but he was like, all right, thank you, Venehn. Thank you. I needed that. So I think that was really great. And my second star, I said it in the stream chat, but Garas in his fucking element, man. Sidling up to the bar and just starting some shit. I love it. Feel like every time we get into one of these situations, Garas is like, I'm gonna get you hammered and mess with your emotions, or I'm gonna fuck with your game. And that's exactly what he did, and I loved it. And my wish. So at the Mage's tourney, Carter completely humiliated Reyes by the end. Like after the threat, give me my fucking cart back, and then like crushing him in the tournament itself. I remember Reyes was like kind of like quiet and just like sulking. And I want Sid, I want Yasmera to embarrass the shit out of Reyes. I want it to happen a second time. I want inevitably, I want every member of Red Jenny to make Reyes just go, God damn it.
A thought has just struck me. Reyes doesn't know Carter's dead.
Yeah.
That's
Oh no, this is gonna be interesting.
Or at least probably true.
This is gonna be interesting.
They're very skilled people too. We don't know what they're investigating and stuff, but I think that is a really good point.
But you have no reason to think that anyone here would know that what happened to Carter.
It's just another threat.
Yeah, I like that. But yeah, let's embarrass the shit out of that guy.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Let's go.
All right. That everyone? Think we're good? Okay. Well, that's gonna be it, everyone. We're back.
Back, baby.
So I believe we'll be back next Monday. I did not check my calendar, but I think everyone's here next week. So we'll be back trucking right along. So join us next week to continue our game to see how this tournament concludes. Join us in the meantime. Like I said, this next Saturday we won't have any Strixhaven, but maybe Van and I will do something in the morning. Maybe some video games, maybe something else. Who knows?
Haven't seen Moon Baby in a while.
Oh, baby.
Oh my god. Yeah, we'll see what we get up to. And join us, but definitely join us on Saturday afternoon for the next installment of Hearts of Stone. We're playing Blades in the Dark at 5:00 Eastern time. That's pretty much it. Keep an eye on our or join our Discord if you want to first peek at whatever's going on and keep up to date with everything that's happening, and check out our YouTube for all of our other stuff, all 50 plus episodes of this show. you want to see more of it. But that'll be it. Thank you to my lovely players for making this game a joy to run. I'm so happy to be back running this. And thank you, everyone in the chat, for watching. We will see you in 1 week. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.
Par-delà le temps, la menace grandit. Si loin dans le silence, on entend ses cris. Par-delà les terres, son nom fait frémir. Préparez-vous, le néant arrive. Les légendes ne se trompent point, de